Okay, welcome back everyone to Scales of Fate. It is our 4th episode, I believe it is.
It is.
4th episode on a 4th day of a 7th month of a 12-month year
Happy 4th of July.
of a 2013-year-old planet. It's never better than 2013, I'll tell you guys. Welcome.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have some of what he's having.
Tonight we'll be playing our 4th episode, and we got some shout-outs to our sponsors in the comments or description section of our YouTube channel. And other than that, long story short, let's do a recap, y'all.
Okay.
So, last time on Scales of Fate, you guys had decided to meet up with Amara Silverwine at the Heaven's Garden, located within like the upper central side of Drakehaven itself. And meanwhile, Ziras went to go learnt magic.
And I did do that.
And you learnt magic real good, I'll tell you.
Scary good.
However, the scary good feeling of being a adept magical wizard was cut short by the impending emergency that was occurring per Paula's instruction. And essentially simultaneously, Roscoe and Stack had discovered that the whole group of you guys inside of Heaven's Gate were being watched and followed and cased and all the things, and the only reason why you guys didn't see it until like the very last minute, because it was just a really bright day out.
So bright.
It was very bright.
So bright, so much.
So much,
Blinding.
so much light getting refracted from the paling. So as that fight essentially popped off, Paula casting Fly on herself and Ziras launched themselves outside of Paula's office window, heading straight for the garden, which is only roughly about a half mile away from the Grand Spire itself. Joining up a couple rounds into combat, you guys were in. It was a large one. I think there was 8 or 9 enemies.
I don't know. They just kept coming.
just-
You're like, and put that on the board.
Yeah.
Put that on the
I
board.
tried to use my
Put that on the
initiative
board.
to have you not put the last one that you'd forgot about.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
And-
we all had inspiration and then didn't.
And just like they said, the famously smashing of the Shrek mouths, and they don't stop coming. I'm real sorry. I've had an off day, y'all. But you guys succeeded in your endeavors, and I would like to point out that Spencer and I were talking about this outside. The only members of the party with blood on their hands is Salvo, Ziras, and Stack.
Clearly the smart thing to do.
Now, technically, did Stack get any blood on his hands when he smushed that dude's spine?
I'd
I
imagine
think his
there's
foot was the bloody one.
at the
like,
very
actually.
least micro spray.
I would say he's the only one that actually got blood on him, potentially.
Yeah, you
I'm
did.
still very clean. So are you.
Yeah.
I guess the metaphor is falling short. But,
Fellner's covered in blood.
Yeah, actually.
you guys are no longer innocent. That's what I'm trying to say. At least as far as like canon for the stream itself.
Humans were killed. Humanoids.
Humanoids were murdered. Most of them were actually wrangled up.
You're throwing around that M word pretty heavy.
It was self-defense.
Allegedly.
I mean-
Allegedly.
We killed him, but
Yeah. I wasn't there at the beginning. You know, I wasn't early.
Yeah.
But I wasn't late. You know.
Oh,
I arrived
God.
Stop
Oh.
exactly
what I
right
meant
there.
Somebody call Peter Jackson. Somebody call J.R.R. Tolkien.
The show's canceled, guys.
He's asleep right now, but we'll need to wake him up for this one. I literally have crackhead energy.
This is
right
going to be
now.
an interesting episode.
good. Roll with it.
Yeah, bring it.
Channel your inner Roscoe.
Yes.
So yeah, crazy combat.
Yeah,
Lots
crazy
of crazy
combat.
stuff happened.
Lots of crazy stuff happened, and then, long story short, Paula said, "Hey, my Eldritch Knights are on the way. I got this. You guys go get Paula to safety." She essentially had you escort her to the Grand Spire Citadel, and along the way there, you had indeed seen those Eldritch Knights racing off towards the Heaven's Garden. And upon entering the Citadel and going to the infirmary with Amara, and her making sure that everything was clean and clear and checked out and all that, she came back to you guys and essentially had beseeched you to become her own personal private investigators. For reasons being, with all of the political turmoil about and not really knowing who to trust, especially with knowing JJ and getting to know you guys a little bit. Roscoe, the very freshest relationship with her. She decided that you guys were a good bet to essentially find out, at the very least, some information for her, if not act upon that information. So, that is where we shall begin our tale. We essentially have moved from the infirmary area to Paula's office. And Amara sits at the desk that belongs to Paula, while the six of you are essentially ushered into some chairs and some cushioned areas to be comfortable. But long story short, that is where we find ourselves. Amara is sitting at the desk, writing something intently and kind of keeping quiet for the most part. What are you guys?
Same day?
Same day, yep.
And if I recall, we were just, basically asked to go on it, or join this investigative group, and Ziras was like absolutely gung-ho for it, and then turned around and saw everyone looking at him, was like, we'll talk about it.
Oh, yeah. You're like, yes. Maybe.
Okay.
Absolutely. We will consider it.
All right.
So I guess returning to the huddle. So, what do you guys think? I don't have anything better to do, and I'd be happy to help.
Man, this is the best crew I've been in so far, man. I think we're doing great. Let's keep it rolling.
Yeah, we managed to save Stack, it seems. For now, at least.
I'm open to participating in this group.
You see Stack kind of has tiptoed over to the window at the head of her office and is looking out. And he kind of just grinds his head over as Thalaner, you pat him on the head. And he goes, I think I can see the Izzet from here.
Oh, God.
Yes, it's that building cops right over there.
Yeah?
We've gone to the garden now. Now it's time to go to the Izzet.
Soon.
Probably
soon.
the next stop.
I think it is.
Stack, do you mind showing me where you see the Izzet? And I'm going to, I guess, create a little bit of a distraction for you guys to discuss that plan.
Okay.
Yes, it's that group of buildings with several archways and a lot of geometrical structures right off the horizon here.
What are those geometrical structures?
I believe that one would be called a dodecahedron, and that one is an icosahedron, and that one is an octahedron.
He's really smart for not remembering jack shit.
I meant what their purposes are. But yes, those are the shapes.
As you do this, go ahead and give me, this will be a performance check for
Sure.
distraction.
Okay, perfect.
I was waiting for Stack to read off the full building description.
Well, according to blueprints printed in 667A,
2013 in game years.
2013.
That's
very
going to
far
be
into the future.
a 12.
12? Okay. So we'll keep that withstanding.
Okay.
What are you guys talking about right now?
A, do we want to form an investigative group? B, is the next plan to take Stack to Izzet?
I do have a matter of some pressing urgency to handle.
I have a pretty pressing matter myself.
My father was arrested yesterday morning, and I think it may actually be tied into this. So I have a humble request that we investigate starting there, so I may see the potential of clearing his name and freeing him.
Do you foresee ties to Orzhov?
What?
Orzhov, Belmi Orzhov?
I do think that the action, the murder that was committed was on behalf of his conglomerate, and Tyra was framed for it.
Those are the people who went after Amara and probably our number one lead in this investigation, so I'm on board with that. It makes sense to me, logically.
That's a pretty important thing to carry on. We also got some guys that we need to interrogate here that should have been brought in. And real importantly, I'm out of booze. So just, a little stop off somewhere would be awesome.
So then coming back to the conversation of the ZZIT.
I can't spell. Just kidding.
Founder, you can have inspiration.
We've put it off long enough.
I do agree. And I mean, what is it going to hurt to take him home?
I'm inclined to believe he is on our side at this point, based on the...
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I'm just concerned if he's going to get taken again by the Peace Corps over there.
The Izzet, as far as I understand, and from my experience being one, don't exactly participate with the justice of the peace. They're certainly understanding of their drive and motives, but are not particularly fond.
Okay.
If the Justice of the Peace went there to try and take Stack, do you think they would stop him?
I would feel pity for the people who tried to take something from the Izzet.
All right.
All right, that's good enough for me.
That may actually be the safest place for him.
Yeah.
Familiar people who would want to protect him, either out of loyalty or because of the information that he knows.
I'd be curious to see if Amara has anyone as a contact there who she trusts, like she did Malachi. That would be the person I would want to go to.
And he was real good on our side, though. It's gonna suck to lose him in our crew.
But he's also a liability should he get taken by the enemy.
Yeah.
Also, we promised.
We did, yeah.
That's true. Real quick, you guys make a collective stealth check.
Yeah?
As Ziras is trying to distract
It's like against what?
poor little Stack.
Can I argue that I shouldn't have disadvantage because we're not moving?
I'll argue that no one should have disadvantage on this one.
Cool.
Why do you normally have disadvantage?
Heavy
Medium
armor
armor,
makes it
medium
harder to sneak.
Yeah, and it's sound-based, but that's also if you're moving.
Vocal based.
And he knows I'm here, he's just trying to not
What
hear
is
me.
that?
Just it very dramatically rolled across the table. So
But yeah, but what you get?
16.
Oh, well that's nice.
that's
Critical
gonna
fail.
But it's a skill check.
This is a group skill check.
But that's a nat 20.
Oh! Okay, so y'all scores are just going to cancel each other out, so it's going to be your 2 scores.
I got 19.
19.
Ooh.
I was gonna ask if I could roll perception, but based on that, I'm good.
And as you can see with the lattice work of the archways, it's specifically designed to keep certain areas separate from other ones, as if there was a hierarchy of educational purposes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was zoned out for a second.
Seriously, were you even listening to me?
I was just distracted by the beauty of the city. Isn't it beautiful, Stack?
I think the Izzet is beautiful.
It is.
And back to you guys.
So the way I see it, we go where we promised we would go. Stop off at a liquor store on the way
Appreciated.
to my tea shop where the murder committed, in theory, by Orzhov took place.
This all does depend. Do we agree to be an investigative team for Amara?
Oh, well,
Oh yeah, that sounds badass.
I'm going to be doing that anyway, so I might as well.
Wait, does she pay?
That's a good question.
'Cause
I'm more inclined to do it if she pays.
Yeah, I do need to, go by the store.
Then it just comes around to you, JJ. How do you feel about it?
Well, you got a pretty interesting job offer. You may,
When you put it that way, there's a conflict of interest in me going on this assignment. So I'm going to ignore that.
well, hey, you can argue why you can't take that job.
Well, I mean, our hands are already deep into this cookie jar.
Also, if she doesn't die, you don't have to become Surgeon General.
Yeah, that's That's the plan.
Now, real quick though, before we leave, what about all these guys we captured alive?
That's right.
Okay, easy. We'll get to them. I know you're itching.
All right, getting answers, man.
It would be a good place to start. It is our closest and in-hand lead.
But what questions would we ask that we haven't already asked?
I mean, you're right. We're pretty sure that Orzhov sent him. I want to know where Snakeface went to.
Or what he was so afraid of.
Well, there was that rumbling noise. We didn't stick around to see what it was, but
Maybe we could get some intel on that.
Yeah. Ask them how they knew we'd be, which I think it'll be pretty clear how they knew.
So
And how they all arrived there.
I am a sucker for formality. Are we all in agreement to investigate together?
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yes? And?
yeah, I guess, yeah.
I guess I would like an affirmation, please, JJ.
Don't make me say it. All right.
Just say yes or
Yeah.
I. I'll take it.
will not.
Oh man, no, there was a pause there.
I'll go.
All right.
This is just temporary. After this, I'm going back.
I would hope once we find what we're looking for, we can disband the investigative troop.
Yeah, go back to my clinic and hopefully see y'all again soon. But
Yeah.
I guess as it's a medical establishment, not too soon.
A planned meeting.
Okay.
Okay, sequence of events. Are we going to where we promised to go first? Look for clues on the way back and then interrogate?
Well, the guys here aren't going anywhere, I guess. So
Yeah.
That's true.
Does that sound like
And
a pretty...
liquor store along the way, one way or the other.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like first one I see.
So.
Drop off our rock. Run some
Hey,
errands.
ooh, this, easy. He's more than just a rock.
For all I know, this fancy council lady, man, she might have her own interrogators. They might start the work for us.
Yeah, we
I
can
think
let
that's worth
them
asking.
rough them up a little bit for us or whatever. Take
And we'll
over.
send in the big guns.
Tenderize the meat, if you will.
As I look around to all of our statures, it's like no one's intimidating, really. Yeah, let's let them loosen them up.
Cool.
So we walk back
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
lady.
And
Okay.
break the huddle.
Gotcha. You guys break the huddle, walking back up to Amara, who's seeming to have just dotted her T's and crossed her I's of this letter, starting to roll up the parchment and sealing it with some melted wax. As you guys walk up, she kind of looks you up and down and around and says, have you come to a decision then? It seems like it.
Yeah, we're on board.
Wonderful. Good to hear.
Do I hear any of this? My objective was to distract Stack for Izzet conversation.
You being not part of a huddle and the fact that they were trying to be quiet and you were specifically with the person that was intended to be distracted, you didn't hear a word of it.
Okay.
But I mean, you do hear now them approaching Amara and saying, "Yeah, we're down." So that's what you're hearing now.
Okay.
Okay. Well, where to start? I have a few leads of my own that might prove fruitful. I've heard you guys discussing prior that you've already gotten information that I've been looking for. So, what is your plan, and how can I help?
I think we've got most of our day planned. First things first, we have promised Stack to return him to the Izzet, where he's from, and having, kind of gotten him to safety, and we think that would be the safest place for him. And honestly, I'm half convinced once he arrives, it may trigger something in his coding protocol, whatever, and he might remember some stuff. But we'll see how that goes. My friends have agreed to help me look into the arrest of Tyro.
That's wonderful.
That's where we'd like to start. However, we know there are some captives here that may have some useful information as well.
Indeed. I'd imagine Paula would be returning at any moment now. They, particularly in this moment, will be prisoners of the Abjurai and the Magist Order. More specifically because we're also getting into a point that I would like to share and express with you. The Justice of the Peace has been seeming more and more untrustworthy as of late. I'm sure that some of you know the Justice of the Peace themselves and the Drakehaven army are both controlled and represented by the same councilman. However, they are two separate branches. And it seems that the Justice of the Peace has been more or less causing many problems, especially after hearing what your friend Stack here assumes that they have arrested Malachi. I don't find that too far-fetched. So what I would say as far as your investigative processes go, do what you can to stay clear of the Justice of the Peace. And if nothing else, stay innocent in their eyes.
Certainly.
You said the Justice of the Peace and what other branch?
The Drakehaven army, as we were once a part of.
Right.
Is this a paid gig?
Oh, my apologies. I hadn't even talked about finances with you individuals. This is how I figure. This is a dire situation, and payment must be paid out duly. That was very unintentional.
Inspiration.
Oh, I got inspiration! The DM
Only for friendly NPCs.
No. That wasn't specified. Haha. The DM has inspiration now. But no, she back into her serious kind of demeanor. She says, "The coffers of the council are not shallow. I will admit that. However, I would like to posit as a preliminary round to see, well, to test you of your integrity, as to say that you don't just take the money and run. First things first, what I personally am asking the 6 of you to, well, 5 if Stack is to return to the Izzet. What I'm asking you personally to find out for me is come to understand and know the nature of the relationship between Belmi Orzhov and this mysterious cult. Find out if, how, and why the death of Wygraf Silcrest has transpired. And finally, and this is the dangerous one, so I wouldn't recommend rushing headlong into this one. Find and thwart, or at least get enough information that we can compile a war council of sorts to eradicate this cult from the inside of Drakehaven. The balance and protection and the safety of the city is far too delicate to have a zealous group like these running amok. And if Belmi Orzhov is in bed with them, he's making a grave mistake.
Oh man, he's definitely in bed with them, that's for sure. That first guy that I found with that swirly mask, man, he said that he was his boss, so. Cathis, correct? The one that was supposed to meet us at the gardens, I see. Yeah, that would actually explain why he didn't show. However, back to the financials. I believe that you are all capable. Any one of these 3 answers made will begin at a 50 gold stipend per person. That is very healthy. I will increase this based on information gained, but for now, I will set the bar there. Man, that's great. That's, more than generous, but we got some supplies and some expenses to be covered. So can we just get a little, we got to get some supplies and food, little bribery money here and there in case we get in trouble with the law. drinks,
This could-
stuff like that.
This could be presented in the form of requisition forms if you do not feel comfortable giving out funds.
Petty cash is something that's harder for me to just throw around on a whimsy. However, give me a persuasion check. At advantage, Roscoe.
13.
However, I do have my own personal funds, and I could supply you with a stipend for the group itself in order to maintain your investigations. It won't be much, but
That's fine. We don't need much. Just enough to get it rolling and keep us going.
okay. She fishes into one of the folds within the side of her robe, kind of like a stitched together pocket, and pulls out this light bluish leathery bag tied together with a string, and essentially sets it on the desk in front of you guys.
I do a way over embellished bow as I take it. Thank you, madam.
You are indeed welcome, noble Roscoe. So,
Wow.
Jack, you don't believe the integrity of your friend could be worthy of being called a noble.
But it happened.
I didn't say that, but
But, you know.
As I take it, I kind of judge the heft of it.
It's pretty heavy. You'd imagine if it's silver, it's probably a collective of maybe 15 gold. If it's gold, then it's quite a bit more money.
I wait to disperse it until we leave.
Okay. As you guys are kind of talking and formulating further plans, a little bit of time passes, and there's actually a light rapping metallic knock at the door to Paula's office. And Amara just kind of furrows her brows a little bit, stands up, partially whispering, well, Paula wouldn't be knocking on her own door, walks over.
yeah. Based off of the expression, I want to kind of like get out of line of sight of the door.
Yeah, I kind of move like sidestep with her so that when the door opens, I'm kind of diagonally kind of there, almost in guard position, kind of
Okay.
ready position.
And if I'm with Stack by the window, I would say I would hear this.
Everybody hears this.
Tap tap. So, yeah, I just turn around and paying attention now.
Okay.
I'm no longer talking to Stack about the structures.
As Amara gets closer to the door, as it senses her approaching it, it slightly opens up on its own, the two eaves sliding into either side. And standing before you guys is what appears to be a average height elvish man with a deep mauve eye color, a striking angular featured face with a pointed goatee and a well-preened mustache, hair kind of slicked back with some oil. It's salt and pepper black. He's holding a book in one hand that looks very fancy and obvious to Ziras across the room. That's one of the nicer spell books that you have seen versions of. He opens the door and he's where you've seen the symbol of the Abjurai, essentially 7 stars encircling around a wall. This one wears a different type of sigil. This one appears to be a hazy eye, whitish in tone with a small lilac haze over the top of it. And as it opens, Amara goes, Cassius, good to see you. Paula's not here at the moment. May I? And he kind of cuts her off real quick. Hold on. Yeah, I get that Paula's not here right now, but that's the problem. She told me already through a message that she's coming back. I need to know if the walls are safe and secure. That is the biggest problem that I have right now. And Amara just kind of chimes back. The city is safe. Obviously, the paling still stands. You need not worry about it, Cassius. Please get back to your illusory self. And she kind of steps back, and as the doors start to close, he puts his foot into the doorway, just kind of walking in further, looking very intensely. And as he gets into the room, like he kind of sees people hiding off into the eaves, and then like Roscoe standing right next to Amara, and he's like, of course, a bunch of wait a second. He gives you a strange look, Roscoe, just kind of one eye squints a little bit more, and
I
then
give him the same look right back.
shakes his head and continues talking to Amara. He's got one arm essentially like tucked under the book, like kind of resting on his elbow, and he says, well, it's become very apparent that Paula is no longer fit for her station here, as we continuously seem to have problems. Your parade was attacked, you would know this. Why do you still insist on defending? And he gets cut off again by Amara this time, and she says, listen, you're bringing a lot of heat into a conversation that needs to be remaining private with the Mage's order. We have guests here that do not need this type of information, and as that happens, you guys hear this strange sound as the window suddenly disappears, and then you see Paula just like gently float back into the room and is all standing with you guys, and she says, Cassius, pleasure. Paula. And they're just like staring at each other. You can cut the tension with a knife.
I try.
I do that.
Roscoe, you jump up, like taking a simple like pocket knife out of your boot and just hi-ya! Try to slice the tension through the air, and all three of them just kind of stare at you like wide-eyed, and then you just hear Paula just like
I slowly just my bad.
Not the time.
Well, Amara speaks up. Well, you're not wrong there, Roscoe. You could indeed cut the tension with a knife. The three of us do need to have a discussion, Paula, as I'm sure you can tell by the tension in the room. Would the six of you please leave us to that conversation in private and go and deal with the matters at hand that you need to take care of?
Did we talk to her about the captives?
Yes,
Okay.
sort of.
Yeah, they're on their way back, but
Cool. Then yeah.
they need to do their own thing first.
Out of here.
As I
Let's go,
leave, I
Stack.
want to eye this dude that gave me this strange look and see if there's anything that sparks a memory or something.
Okay.
Something's pulling me to him.
Give me. This is going to be an insight check. Yeah, because your passive insight is 12. 6.
Fancy dude.
With a 6, the only thing that you can glean from this look that he had given you was that for some reason, almost like he recognized you, whereas when he would look at the others, he didn't.
Alright.
And as you guys are kind of leaving, the stone resonating dull sound of Stack walking away with you guys is kind of coming off of the tile, and you see him look up and eyes Stack and the rest of you guys as you're walking out, and just gets this screwed up look of anger in his face. As you guys walk through the door, it's very apparent that he's waiting for all of you to leave.
Passing him, I say, nice book.
And he hears you, and as you walk by, he's holding the book in his hand. He just kind of hefts it a little bit, folds it under his elbow, and just throws his nose up at you.
As I notice that he's waiting so hard for us to leave, I leave extremely slowly.
Well, I guess I can't go.
Tie my non-existent shoes.
Once we get like mostly out of the door, I forgot. Walk back into the room. Wrap something random.
Give me a deception check.
Pick
I
up
hope
like
I
a
fail it so it's
paperweight or something.
obvious. Yeah, literally just a blank piece of paper. Nat 20.
Norse. That's so smooth.
I wanted it to be obvious though that I was lying.
Well, I mean, you can describe that this is a natural 20 deception check, so you really can just describe what it is that you're happening or what you're
Whatever you're
doing.
doing, you succeed.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly what I wanted. Just like as soon as we get past the door, like maybe even he starts to close it, and I put my foot in front of it just like he did, and then push my
Sassy.
way. Oh, I forgot. Grab a blank piece of paper and walk back.
That's amazing.
You just scowl, like his lips are pursed and is just scowling at you as you walk back out. You see him kind of scribble something into his book in the back of the pages. And
Sneaking enemies.
yeah, so you guys walk out. I'm assuming that y'all are either heading straight towards your next destination or looking for another place to stop and chat.
We should have asked her who we should have talked to at the Izzet.
Oh yeah, we did mention that.
You're from the other
I'm gonna go back and not. Or actually, there you go.
Talk to-
Can I roll a? Do I remember who I would know at the Izzet other than Malachi?
Okay.
Other-
You've been gone for many years now. Or not many, but enough to where there have been a lot of new faces coming in, and maybe some of the old ones have left. Give me a flat history check. Obviously, you can add your D4 from it. Is it on history?
It's on investigation.
Investigation. Got it. Okay.
I'll take a history.
Sure.
Ugh, a 10.
Most of the individuals at the Izzet you personally would deem trustworthy as far as their stances with sciences and applied applications and the like. As far as knowing someone explicitly trustworthy to bring something as dangerous as potentially dangerous as you believe Stack is, it escapes you a bit. There isn't anyone that in particular that you would trust because you mostly stuck to your studies in order to achieve academically.
I could go back and talk to Thane
You could.
if he's still guarding Malachi's office.
Guarding. Thane is not trustworthy, in my opinion. We were like, can we go in there? And he was like, no. Wink.
Well, only because of who I was.
I guess, but I don't know.
He at least might be more aware of the current
Wanna go back and knock on that door?
Is it?
I want to real quick on our way out too.
Sure.
Can I because I think it was Amara who said take your illusory self. Do I know if this person's image is not their true image, based on that statement?
Give me an Arcana check.
That's a nat 20.
Okay. This was what is called a major image. You only recognize it because of your study of what minor illusion and the like. Like when you had dabbled in some of the lower level illusionary spells, you had seen on a higher shelf major image, something that can project something so realistic that it takes a very keen eye to discern if it's fake. So the fact of the matter is that you gain several things of intuitive thought from here.
Okay.
He did not feel comfortable going himself to go and speak and cause or talk about issues. That or he was very busy with other matters. You'd also imagine that considering how magic works and how major image itself works, unless he was in a visual range and a certain distance, he could not have produced this falsehood or being able to see through it or speak through it. In general, typically major image is just a visual aspect. What you glean is that somehow within the Grand Spire, the ley lines and the ether mixing throughout the dimensions of that spot are so densely palpable and powerful that spells are able to be manipulated in a very particular way within the Grand Spire itself. Spells that have a certain distance, spells that have a certain visual sight capacity, some that have a minimum function are essentially amplified as if the magical energy resonates through the entire Grand Spire. And that's what you glean with that Arcana check.
Okay. I convey all that information to you guys, and let you know that whoever this Cassius is not. He doesn't look like that.
So you're saying he's a shifty bastard?
Well, I think that was clear. I think we could all surmise that. But I sensed an illusory spell of some sort. And all I can say is that that was not his true appearance.
Makes a lot more sense. I thought you said he had a loser spell, man. And that made-
He did seem a little paranoid, so that kind of makes sense. Am I privy to Downer's situation? I don't know how much you've divulged, or if any at all. to-
Basically, what I just admitted during that conversation is kind of all that.
Yeah, because Thalner was there alone. I don't think we saw any of it other than a large crowd when you and I were nearby.
Yeah.
And it's not public knowledge yet, probably, because it just happened recently.
The
It's a-
arrest might be.
The arrest is fairly public knowledge, especially since the arrest seemed to have been a spectacle.
Yeah, they were trying to make it a big deal. And
Did
it was,
Theo mention it when he pulled you aside? I can't remember.
He did not mention it to Thalner, nor did he mention it to Jack.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So we just know what
He did imply it because he said, something about the tea shop. Like, whoa, okay, you're from that tea shop.
Yeah.
But I
knew
definitely
it was
know.
up.
I'm just trying to, if I'm allowed to say what I'm saying, basically. But long story short is, because you were messing with the guy in there, and basically what JJ's getting at is that, are you sure you want to be messing with more of those scryer folk? Because y'all are already in pretty deep water.
with the justice of the peace.
No, his sigil.
I don't think the Stillcrests are under the same belief that a humble owner of a tea shop murdered their elder. I imagine they're wiser people than that to believe that assumption.
What other reason would they have for locking him up? What do you think their motive is?
It's the justice of the peace. They acted on their own under perhaps the direction of Orzhov or this cultist group to use Tyro as a scapegoat, allowing the people of this city that look down upon us who look different
Do you
to
think the
feel
motive was
comfortable and
to,
confident in that.
Do you think the motive was to cover up who actually murdered this
Absolutely.
individual? So they may have a hand in it.
Feeling like he's touched a nerve, he just kind of like throws up his hands and, all right, you can believe whatever you want to believe, but I'm just saying, what's the family name again?
Silcrest.
The Silcrest have been having some pretty big drama, split, divide. There's something going on over there, so maybe they're not all on the same side. I'm just saying, maybe some of them want certain things to happen a certain way. That's all I'm saying. I'm just do with that information as you will. We can keep going though.
Well, maybe after we bring Stack to the Izzet, we could. Do you think maybe we can go by? Can we go to I guess Ziras wouldn't know, so maybe we can go by the prison or wherever your father's being held and see if he knows anything.
I'd like to rather start with the tea shop.
Just
that
poking
would-
around.
Yeah, where he was arrested, where Wygroff was murdered. I think there may be some clues there, and I may have actually an ally within the Silcrest family who might have some more details as well. So whatever we do find, we may be able to gain more information on.
Plus, I've been looking forward to that cup of tea you mentioned.
We have some damn good tea up there.
Is it soon now?
Yeah, man.
We're on the way right.
Shall we go?
Yep.
Oh boy. Probably was not definitive, but soon is now.
We are going now.
We're going to the Izzet.
Is it
Oh
safe-
boy.
Is it safe to say we may have been able to take a short rest during that time?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay.
You guys are big chilling for a couple of hours now. I would say that, yeah, it was at least a short rest. Okay. So the 6 of you head off. Upon leaving the Grand Spire Citadel, and just so I'm clear, you guys are making your way over to the Izzet, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm also keeping my eye out for a bottle shop.
For a what shop?
A bottle shop?
Bottle shop. Got it. Okay. Give me. I mean, are you keeping an eye out, or would you rather confer with people who know the city?
I'm just keeping an eye out. Like, I don't want us to go off of our path. I'm pretty sure there's going to be one on the way.
Highs or lows?
Low.
Well, would you look at that? People that like to visit beautiful gardens in the mountains also, I suppose, particularly like to imbibe. I rolled a 31 on the percentile dice. Not too long after you continue forward walking, you do see this strange steepled wooden building affixed kind of gently off to the side of the main path that you are now currently taking to head towards Heaven's Garden. The sign essentially says, "The Medium's Spirits and More." And it's got the depiction of a crystal ball, essentially with hands waving around it, and what appears to be a spinning, illusory sort of magic that one side shows up as ale and it twists around and shows up like wine and twists it around and shows up like rum and twists it around.
Oh man, guys, hold on. This is the coolest looking shop I've seen. I gotta stop.
This is not the Izzet, though.
Nah, this is just on the way, Stack. It's our last time to drink as friends, man. Well, not the last time forever, but just for now.
Huh.
Let's celebrate.
Okay. He kind of scoots along with you.
I enter the shop.
You enter the shop. Are you guys following Roscoe or just...
Seems interesting. Go
Shall
in
we-
and
shall
stand by
we-
the door.
We know where we're going. Should we meet up?
The Stack's coming with me, though.
What's that? Oh, that's a good point.
Then no.
Well, let's go. Let's
Yeah.
check it out.
I'm here as moral support.
Don't worry, guys. I'm gonna bring the drinks with me, unless there's like,
Only 3.
Yeah.
I think I'll drink them.
With a creaking groan, you open the door. And as you open it, the smell is very, very clean and fresh, except you can actually smell a few subtle hints of different spirits and botanicals spread without the shop. There are plants hanging from different shelves that have both bottles of what appears to be spirits and as well as what appears to be reagents for spells.
This is
Not
the
particularly...
the cleanest bottle shop I've ever been in.
It's simultaneously clean and very cluttered. And as you walk in, a woman kind of wearing a silken headband and has some dangling jewelry coming off of her tufty, fluffy ears. You recognize this to be a very old tabaxi woman. Her paws and her elbows are kind of like held close to her body, and you can see that her fingers are very gnarled with arthritis. And as you guys approach in, like, she looks in your direction with one lazy eye kind of sifting off to the side. She goes, "Hello, welcome to the Medium Spirits and More. I'd imagine you're looking for some alcohol."
Oh man, how'd you know?
"Ah, this is my job to know, young halfling sailor man. Well, what suits your fancy? We do have a delicious new mead straight out from Grandstadt itself, and they've been farming with plenty of beautiful bees and such."
Dude, that sounds good, but honestly, I'd have to have a taste to know.
We do have little samples here. It kind of walks over to an area, and there's already like a pew that has a bottle of mead on the front with 2 bees kind of like lazily dancing around each other depicted on it. And she pours this into, like, literally, it's not an exact thimble, but it's a cup the size of a thimble, which, in your hands is not actually tiny. It's probably shot glass size for an average halfling, but for you, this is a literal sip. And as she kind of pours it, her hands are shaking a little bit, and she just, "There you go, young man."
Oh man, that's got a lot of flavors. That's pretty like blows in my mouth.
There's a citrus sting that races across the back of your tongue as you swish it around and then swallow it. The flavor lingers for a while, as if it's just kind of just coating your gums and your tongue.
Very delicious. Do you perhaps have something a bit stronger?
I've plenty of things stronger here. Are you looking for? Well, how strong would you like it? We've got
Dangerously strong.
Dangerously strong. She kind of looks at the rest of you like, okay, all right.
You see a small nod.
Dangerously strong. I do believe. Yes. I have one such bottle of my strongest alcohol. This is actually typically used as a form of astringent in medical practices. And it's quite powerful as far as the alcohol content itself. And, have you ever heard of Imaclear?
Well, that's good stuff.
No,
Use it
not
all the time.
specifically, but it sounds like some of the swill we used to make on the ship.
You made Imaclear on a ship?
Oh, we made all sorts of stuff. Didn't know what to call it because we weren't always sure what we threw in.
Ember clear.
Imaclear, yes.
I haven't tried it.
I would be very careful with this type of alcohol. It is quite flammable. I mean, even if you were to imbibe it, and if you're, let's say, you're a sword swallower, a flaming sword swallower, you could light your entire stomach lining and your esophagus on fire.
have
Sounds
some
very
Everclear.
useful. I'm interested in that. And then, you know, I'll take. Do you have like a walking cask or like maybe what's it called?
Keg?
A do-si-do barrel?
Sure.
Yeah, it's a barrel the size of a dancing partner.
So
yeah.
I'll take your single bottle of that one, and then like get my flask refilled and what are those flopsy wine cask things?
There's
wineskin?
a
A
wine
skin full of like a step down of that liquor.
A step down of the Imaclear?
Oh no, just whatever you got that's below that. I'm taking the Everclear.
Ooh, okay. Well, Imaclear is, you know, supply and demand and all that. That would run you about 10 gold. 10 gold.
So at this point, I open up that little blue satchel that lady gave.
You look in there and you only see yellow. Meaning gold.
Okay.
Nothing but gold.
It's a hefty bag of gold.
Yeah.
I do believe that was given to us as a shared supply. You got your own 50 to spend, right?
She didn't give that to us yet.
This is true.
Okay, we'll take 50 out of there and give the bag to the rest of us, and we'll call
There's
that your
not that-
50.
I don't think there's that much in there.
There's not much. That's not
No.
that much in there.
Oh, you said it was
There's
a
like 15,
significant amount of gold.
There's like 15 gold in there.
No, it was that. It was silver.
I count the gold in that bag.
You count the gold in the bag. Does take you a little while. The woman with her gnarled paws just begins ringing them and says, "Oh yes, I'll go find and prepare the do-si-do barrel." As you finish counting through, there's 87 gold in this bag.
I'm gonna do the math there.
Divide that by 5.
Where did we get the gold from now?
That
That
was
was-
the personal stash of the lady, which
Yeah,
we only
that-
got
I was
because
saying that in
That was our
character
per diem.
'cause-
also
Ziras
because
was
I
talking
asked
stack.
for it.
Oh. She gave like, oh, okay.
You might have been privy to that because that was when we came back and talked to her.
So basically, my share of that is at least 10.
At least.
17.4.
Math checks out.
17.4.
Yeah. So
All right, and how much for like get my flask refilled and a do-si-do barrel of like your normal strong liquor?
Oh, you wanted the barrel full of liquor?
Well,
Not wine or ale or something?
No, it could be to the cheap stuff.
If you want liquor, that's quite all right. Are you planning a party?
Yeah,
Where at? I'd like to go.
wherever I am at.
This cat likes to get down.
I'm sure you were. I'd like to get down with you.
Oh, hey. Quite, that's a saucy halfling. She kind of produces
Bad kid.
Bad kitty. Produces this very small, like basketball-sized wooden barrel.
Something I can maybe strap on my back.
Yeah, there actually is indeed straps on it. The fact that she was calling it a do-si-do barrel, it's as if people, when they don't have a dancing partner at the party, they get one of these just so they can feel like they're still in the group.
All right,
Everyone
so-
else can add 17 gold and 4 silver to their money, because we're taking that now.
She does say that for filling up this barrel, you said with like regular shelf liquor.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't-
Strong, but doesn't have to be good. And these flasks.
And both flasks and a wineskin.
No, I don't need the wineskin if I'm getting the barrel.
Oh, fair enough. Well, for both and hold on. So, you do know the Immerclear is 10 gold. Yes, it's quite a bit of money. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for 2 wines or 2 of your flasks filled up, I'd imagine it should be about 24 ounces each, or something of the like. And then the do-si-do barrel. Well, the barrel does come with a deposit, but if you bring it back, we'll give you 2 gold back. Your total cost will run you about. She kind of like takes out this sliding scale little.
17.46.
She does not say that. She said that would be about 22 gold, young man.
She's not getting that bottle back.
And saves to recycle.
All right. Deal.
How much Ember Clear is in
Yeah, you got
Emmer.
10 gold? Oh, Emmer Clear.
Emmer, Immer, clear.
Okay.
How much is in the bottle?
Yeah.
It's
Maybe
somewhere
serving
around
size.
1,000 milliliters, somewhere around there.
So,
So
1 liter.
a little bit around a liter. It's not a perfect bottle by any means. No, definitely not a manufactured one. This bottle looks like it's handmade just because of the slant at the bottom of it. Definitely looks like it wasn't perfect and smoothed out. Some parts of the glass still have particles of sand laced within them.
Don't drink that.
I'll take a bottle.
minus 1,
Please.
Oh, that of
Add 4.
Everclear?
Yes.
That was my last bottle, dearie. That's why it's part of the reason why it costs so much. Yes.
Okay.
But if you hand me a name, then I will. Next time I get shipments in, I will go ahead and slap your name on a new bottle for yourself.
I'll check out the stock next time. Thank you, though.
Oh, of course, of course.
I probably have some back at the clinic, but yeah, do not drink that stuff. Do not put that inside your body. Good God.
I had different plans.
Well, I'm sure. I'm just saying. You said you wanted to try some earlier, and I was like, no.
I have weaponized it before.
Dude.
Oh,
was
so you
where-
know what I'm thinking about.
That's where I was going with it.
Jack, real quick, highs or lows?
Highs.
Highs. You've got about a quarter bottle of Everclear left at your shop right now.
Nice. Sounds about right.
Well, is there anything else I could get for you, fine folks? Nothing?
That'll do.
We've got cigars.
Oh yeah, I'll take some. I'll take some of those gladly. Yeah.
Can you throw that in for my hefty purchase?
Maybe like a base stock cigar as a sample?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, here you go, dearie. And it just kind of hands you this very dried, pungent leafed material rolled into a cylinder.
Material rolled into a cylinder.
My favorite.
Yes, we like to smoke the material.
How about a case of just your standard fare?
So real quick, you being a cigar smoker, you know that like base stock, generic cigars essentially would run you about a silver per box. She goes, you said they're just a basic kind of cigars, like the one that your halfling friend has. You're looking for a whole box?
Yeah, something I can still carry. That's not too cumbersome, but I mean, I don't know if you got them in packs or in sleeves or.
I got them in singles, doubles, and boxes. They're in for sleeves, though.
How much is in a? How many are in a box?
There's about 2 dozen in a box.
Sure.
Okay, that will be 8 silver, please.
So cheap.
So what?
So much cheaper.
12 silver?
No, sorry. How much?
Change your habit.
I'll take 12. I'll take 12.
8 for a box.
That's the
You
tip.
can have 12 silver.
8 for 2 dozen cigars.
I give her 12 silver.
Okay. She takes it. She's like, so generous, so kind.
Tipping.
Jack, you actually don't need to tip here. This is not a service.
She insisted.
Well, it wasn't a tip. It was a gift. Mind your business, wizard.
Sorry.
Anyway.
Yeah, wizard.
Ziras is just like, thinks he finally has tipping down as another curveball thrown.
Will he ever learn how to tip?
Tune in
Find
next
out
week.
Find out on episode 107.
Oh,
No. Anyways, well, if that will be out for you, I do have a few other. I've got magical reagents. I've got some things that you can use in private times behind closed doors. There's quite a lot in this emporium, I'll tell you.
I'm good with the cigars.
No mustache oil or snake oil or. We've got patchouli. No?
Actually, Thalner's gonna point to a very weird-looking herb that's like just kind of tucked up on a shelf. How much for a sprig of that?
Highs or lows?
Highs.
94. You point up towards a crooked and askewed, jagged black plant that is potted, but it seems to hang down, and part of the ends of its leaves seem to almost be reaching out.
oh.
And she says, "Oh, the Hellfire Ivy? A couple of, you're just wanting some clippings for producing your own? Well, I mean, not basically half the cost of the plant if you're not buying the whole damn thing. Yeah,
Just some clippings.
I'd say 3 gold and 2 silver, please. Just for some clippings.
I don't think I have any silver on me. Can we just do 3 gold?
Give me a persuasion check.
She's got
Who
change.
carries silver anymore? The way inflation. Oh,
In this
wait,
Literally
you said
saw.
persuasion?
Literally saw the divvying up the silver.
Oh yeah, I guess we did do that in here.
Here is your 4 silver that you don't have.
The bag was all gold, so I guess we technically did not have change.
You guys have personal.
I had some silver I could have.
Okay, you broke the change.
She's a store. She's
Would
got-
10.
10, just flat 10. She says, I guess since your friend did give me a generous portion of extra silver, that's fine.
There we go. There we go.
That's fine. 3 gold for some clippings of the Hellfire Ivy.
What does Hellfire Ivy do?
Gonna find out.
Well, it's said to have a few purposes and properties, though it still needs to be studied. You have a crest of an Izzet upon you. It might be wise, if you really want to know the in-depths of it, take it to your botanical section of the college. But as far as I know personally, I'm no brewer or brewstress. I mostly just sell the goods that I purchase and are brought in here. However, I have heard that Hellfire Ivy does, in some properties and some preparations, give resistance to heat.
I'm like holding this gnarled
there's-
looking.
Yeah, she
vines.
kind of like jumps up and just like her hand's still shaking as she clips like a really good bulbous like leafing vine, and as like you hold it in your hand, like you as a kobold with your scales and everything, like you're not resistant to heat by any manner, but like heat feels good to you.
Mm-hmm.
You do have a little bit more colder of an average blood temperature of regular creatures. This warmth feels great in your hands.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the branch and the intertwined, askewed leaves of them are emitting a soft, radiating heat.
Oh, it's radioactive.
While this is going on, I go ahead and I light up that cigar.
Yeah, I'd prefer if you smoke outside,
That's pretty good.
please.
I'll take another dozen of those. 4 silver.
4 silver.
You said it was 8 for 2 dozen.
Well, yes, that's the standard box. We only sell singles, doubles, and boxes.
I'll take a half a box.
We don't sell half boxes. Young man, we don't sell half boxes.
I've got a box here. Fill it up halfway.
If you like it so much, buy a full box.
Fine, I'll give you 4 silver.
It's not 4 silver, it's 8 silver. Give me a persuasion check.
Give me a confusion check.
A confusion check.
Reroll those ones.
Oh boy, look at you re-rolling ones.
Not that time.
Another one?
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Dude, that's the second time that's happened to
I
you.
do it all the time.
And that's a 1 in 400 chance.
I do it all the time.
Roscoe has to play a halfling because otherwise it would be too much.
I see. Young man, you're smoking in my shop. You're trying to get shisty with my prices. I've got an establishment to run. You go ahead and shoot. Shoot.
Thank you.
And I walk out.
Yeah, and Stack and I also join. Let's go, Stack. I'm sure you don't.
I turned to him like, Big Reach, do you happen to have any rods?
Rods?
Rods of what?
Could you be a little bit more specific, young lady?
Spell focusing rods.
Let me peruse my shelves. Highs or lows?
Highs.
I got a 67.
I don't know what that means.
Higher than 50.
I mean,
Got some at the Izzet.
I've got like
know
a
that,
couple of fireplace pokers and a few things to stir and wind, brew around, but a spell casting rod, I don't imagine.
Our
No.
most prized one is the one with the string on the end and a little feather.
Right.
You don't touch that. That is for me alone.
Behind closed doors.
Before I go out, I want to prestidigitation.
That's what she meant when she talked about.
Before I go out, I want to prestidigitation, like a little laser pointer effect, essentially, on the wall.
Oh God.
Oh, no.
Oh God. Hold on.
You don't know that.
Yeah, hold on. Are you walking out right now, or are you just would it before you specifically before you walk out?
Like I'm walking out the door, and
Did you get that case of cigarette?
no, he did not.
No.
I'm buying another case.
Okay.
Before I
And as you buy that other case, you finalize the transaction. Please describe your laser. Laser dot.
Before
Well,
she-
it's purple.
I did not imagine that. That was a deep cut.
And I just kind of have it like go up the wall,
Okay.
kind of vibrate.
you guys still on the inside. So Roscoe, you had walked out. Stack just kind of plodding along behind you.
And me last one out.
You're finalizing on cigar sales, and you're essentially right in front of her when you see she's kind of holding out the box and counting the silver in her paw, and you hear this crunching sound as her paw squeezes around the silver, and you get confused, and you look like you were looking at her hand, and now you're looking at her eyes, and her pupils are rapidly dilating to be the size of like softballs, and she's just like staring. Just silver spraying everywhere, just scrambles to try to catch this bright dot of light on the ground, and as she hits it, it kind of just continues moving forward per Ziras. You essentially guide it into a backwards area with a bunch of shelving and stuff, and as she dives through this doorway trying to get at it, you hear like this clambering and breaking of wood and shattering glasses, and she's just like, it got me! It got me!
This
Eh.
poor woman.
Can I get my hand on 4 silver maybe while she's distracted?
No, you will.
Well, I don't know if silver went flying everywhere. I just don't know if there's a couple pieces.
I mean, if at this case, give me a sleight of hand at advantage. However, your friends would see this, just so you know.
Sure. Nat 20.
I swat his hand.
All of the silver just kind of like rolls around in this lip of where 2 different levels of walking space had been, so it didn't roll past it, and it was easy for you to scoop up. By the time you get to 4, you kind of feel a rough sensation as Jack has kicked your hand with the silver that was in it, and as like you look up at him in shock, he just grabs you by the robes and picks you up.
We're supposed to tip. She was rude.
She wasn't rude to me.
She was rude to me. I know how to tip.
Here,
Paula taught me.
here, you take this silver and it's gonna be okay.
This is your silver.
You all see
I
Salvo
slam
look
it. I
around.
slam it down on the counter, and walk out. I'm like, never gonna understand this. I'll leave this over.
Okay. Okay.
Salvo
Basically-
just looks around, upset, but keeping it together, just going, okay. Walks out.
I'm outside already opening up my.
You got payback enough with your little bit there.
I'm already gone.
Yeah. I don't-
You guys all walk out and meet up, and Roscoe's taking a sip. What are you drinking?
The swill stuff.
In the do-si-do?
Yeah, and the flasks all have the same. I'm saving that other stuff for a real special occasion.
Okay. Okay.
That seems very useful for a
Your
few
Molotov
different
cocktail?
things. There's many different things I've thought.
I need to
about.
take your Hellfire plant to counteract that.
Or mix them
I'm just
together.
kidding.
So yeah, you're taking a couple sip. It's a little bit grainy and slightly sweet on the nose, but it's good and it's definitely strong. You can tell.
That's all I need.
And Stat goes,
It's better than ship swill.
"That woman was excitable."
Yeah, man.
Very. Should have seen what I did right before I went out.
I did.
What did he
I
do?
was saying that stack.
Did you make her
Don't
more
worry about
excited?
I did.
He definitely made
Yeah, very excited.
Is that because she's your friend?
Um,
No.
no, it's because she was rude to me.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know. I kind of had a wild hair. It rubbed me the wrong way. She talked to Roscoe.
Oh, I did not register this.
I mean, she
Checks
started
out.
off pretty nice to Roscoe, I should say, in retrospect. I maybe have acted a little
Man, even
hasty.
I can be the one to say it's not her fault.
To the Izzet then.
We're going now.
to this.
It is soon.
Yes, it is soon.
It is soon.
It is now.
It is now?
Now.
Now is soon.
Now is soon.
We go.
We go.
And I hand him a drink, and we start walking.
He hands it, just kind of tinks it and spills all over the front of him and hands
Classic.
it back to you.
Yep.
As we walked out, I tossed that extra case of, I don't know how big it is. I'm just gonna tossing it over to Roscoe here. Take your damn
Oh,
cigar.
my man. Appreciated. I toss him 4 silver.
I give up. I admit defeat.
Very dejected.
That's over.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll kind of just skip the remainder of the walking. You guys are continuing forward out up to the Izzet. Stack seems to be getting very excited. He starts to explain. Now it is me that is excitable. I can't even form full sentences. I'm excited. We're going to the Izzet. We're going.
I'm not sure if this is cute or concerning.
What are you excited to do when we get there, Stack?
My designation.
Do you know what it is yet?
I don't remember, but I think I'll know when I get there.
All right, just when we get there, don't run off. Stay with us and just tell us what's going on. We want to stick together.
Okay, we stick together because we're friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys continue forward. Where
no.
where are you going in the Izzet Academy?
I'm
I
gonna.
was just gonna follow Stack.
Yeah, I was like, let's get there and see if he gets a going on.
Yeah, I think something's gonna.
Yeah. If not, I would go.
Activate
I would go
destruction
to
mode.
Thane. The only, unless I could think of someone else.
Sure. I mean, the only person that you kind of, as far as like your previous history check where you were trying to think of somebody that was like trustworthy enough to handle this situation, you really couldn't come up with anything.
Sure.
As far as people that like you personally deemed trustworthy, it would have more strictly been Grandmaster Malachi,
Yeah.
and also one of the assistants that have stayed back into the College of Izzet. You would have been told her name was Sukra.
Sukra.
Sucro being that of the
Transmutation.
transmutation speciality.
Remember her.
As far as if she's trustworthy, you don't know her. So logically, you can't discern whether or not that would be a
Right.
person to go to.
Sure.
As you guys are kind of crossing over a few of the grassy knolls that are surrounding the Izzet Academy, you're kind of patiently trying to suss out Stack's reaction. So far, the only thing you really get is when you guys stop moving, he stops moving too. And he just kind of looking around, he's like, this is where I'm supposed to go.
When we're about to enter the Izzet, I would like to ritual cast detect magic.
Okay, how long does it last?
It takes me 10 minutes to do it as a ritual,
Uh-huh.
but it will be one action.
Right, because of your Order of the Scribes?
It's just a ritual cast.
Okay, so you are taking the ritual. Typically, ritually casted spells require a stationary ritual of sorts. You can't cast a ritual while walking, necessarily.
Are you trying to detect magic on Stack?
Okay.
Feel free to look up ritual casting for me, but
Sure.
the intent behind ritual casting is that you have to spend the components and the time in a stationary ritual-esque situation.
Got you. I won't cast it.
Okay,
Because I don't want to stay still for 10 minutes.
gotcha.
Should we take Stack to Malachi's office?
That's where Thane was. That's my bet. First
Yeah.
bet.
That might be something familiar to him that
Sounds good.
triggers something in
As long as
his-
we don't let him into the office. Yet.
No?
Well, there's lots of experiments running in there. I'd rather. Plus, also Thane's gonna have the whole moral dilemma.
But that might be exactly what he needs.
They know Stack though.
Allegedly.
Let's get that far and see.
Okay. You guys continue walking. Salvo kind of escorts you around several different folds and copses of buildings surrounding each other, and eventually you do get to this office. By office, this is a very large, grandiose tower that at the top of it appears to have a clock face that looks like the array of the nearby solar system.
Checks out.
Seeing it up close for the first time, Roscoe, this thing is tall, very impressive, beautifully made. Just rows of trees lining up the pathway that reaches towards this tower. And as you guys approach, you actually don't see Thane anywhere near the front door or around at all.
Worst guard. Worst guard.
Does the
ever.
door
see
still
anyone?
seem closed?
Give me a perception check, Salvo. The door from where you stand appears closed. Yes.
Okay, that's not bad, I think. That is a 17.
17. You see a few students kind of dappled through the outer hedges that kind of block off Grand Mason Malachi's tower. Nobody within this general vicinity right here, no.
Okay.
Ritual casting does not does allow for movement.
It does allow for movement.
It doesn't specify movement.
Okay. So it doesn't specify, therefore, up to interpretation. We'll figure it out later.
Cool.
And just so you're aware, casting Detect Magic would be, your eyeballs would be blowing up in this particular part of the city. There's a lot of magic just kind of permeating through the area.
Okay.
In fact, let's say that you had, just so I can flavor this, it's almost as if you can see rivers of magical ley lines flowing through this area.
It's very magical here.
Indeed.
No shit.
There's magic in there.
That would check out. Yeah.
I think this tower is very beautiful.
Does it seem familiar?
No,
Anything on your designation?
not particularly. I know I'm supposed to be at the college.
Do you know what this room is?
No. It's a beautiful tower, though.
Why did?
I crack the door open and see if he recognizes anything inside, if it's not unlocked.
Yeah, you go to open up that door, and it is indeed locked.
That's locked, okay.
Stack, do you want to go see that tower?
I'd like to see the tower.
Hey man, what's in that tower?
Malachi's office.
Oh,
I mean, he seems
that's the same
interested.
tower.
That's-
Oh, okay.
Some experiments. I don't.
Do you have any
Thought maybe it was a
indication
separate-
of where
separate
you
tower.
need to go, where you're supposed to be?
He seemed interested. That's close enough.
When?
For me.
Excited.
Yeah, excited even.
Got a natural 1 on his history check.
Okay.
Nope.
Stack.
I have a designation, and I'm supposed to be here at the College of Izzet.
DM inspiration?
I'll use it.
Rebooting.
It's going to take place of the 1.
Yep.
This was at disadvantage.
Oh.
The prior roll was an 11.
Uh huh.
The new roll is a 13.
Okay.
So we'll take the 11.
Okay.
His history is -2.
Okay.
9.
You got a 9.
It's better than a 1.
It's way better than a 1. Well, a -1 actually.
Right.
-2. No. He says, I don't rightly remember. Maybe it is at this tower. It's interesting enough. Maybe my designation is here.
Hey, Stack, this door's kind of stuck. Do you think you could open it?
Okay. He kind of walks up. Goes to punch the door. Unless anyone stops him.
No, Stack, we don't punch doors. We just turn the knob. It's just really stuck. Can you try turning the knob really hard?
His fist is like still kind of clenched. He's like, I thought you meant the door was not a friend.
No, the door's a friend. It's just I'm trying to turn the knob and it's kind of stuck. Can you try to turn it?
Okay. The doorknob just kind of bends into itself. You hear this really strange groaning sound, but it doesn't open. It didn't open.
That's gonna be a lot harder.
Is it
to
our
pick.
friend now?
It's just a door, man. It's neither right now.
So I can hit it.
Ooh, let's just wait on that.
I really don't want to have to break into here.
Does anybody have
Well, the door's broken.
You can still pick the lock.
I can try
I mean,
using my thieves' tools.
I could also try, but
You guys gonna attempt that?
All right, so
Are you both proficient in thieves' tools?
I am, and I have them.
Okay. Effectively, the difficulty class of this lock has increased significantly.
Yes.
But with the two of you both proficient in thieves' tools attempting to unlock this door, I will allow one of you to roll at advantage.
I also have smith's tools, if that helps fix it.
With this case, you are already at advantage. I wouldn't say that smithing tools would fix it per se.
Gotcha.
Lays out a whole tool
If you have the
belt.
mending cantrip, that is quite a different story.
Anybody?
Dude, nah.
I'm gonna try and
This
I don't know if
is-
this is a long hallway. I'm gonna try and block, either make sure no one's coming around the corner, kind of cover what they're doing, anything to
I think we're outside,
I don't even know.
right?
You guys are outside.
Trees
Yep.
and stuff.
Yeah, there's like shrubs and stuff and people mulling around. We'll just go ahead and try.
Okay, so who will be rolling the lockpicking check?
Is that a sleight of hand?
Yeah, essentially dexterity plus your modifier.
I'm still gonna be waiting down, so if it seems like anyone might look up there, I'm gonna cause a distraction.
Okay. Passive perception, Roscoe, 14. Okay, cool. Noted.
I will help, but you're doing it.
is this flat or advantage?
This is at advantage. You and Salvo are both kind of peering into this lock and mischief of a situation, trying to open it up.
19.
19. You guys are kind of tossing back and forth with the tumblers. One of your lockpicks breaks as part of the molded part of the door is just kind of scrunched in from where Stack had tried to open it. And you guys think you hear a soft click, but the lock doesn't turn.
Yeah, that door's fucked.
That door is not our friend.
It's definitely not doing what we wanted to.
Roscoe, give me a perception check.
Did we try knocking?
No.
Can I take my passive?
Sure. Yeah, so with your passive perception, kind of quartering the area, checking the perimeter, seeing if there's anybody like kind of observing or watching your circumstances here, you don't see anyone of particular conspicuous nature. Seems all good. A lot of nerdy bookish types moving to and fro in between buildings.
Lame.
I'm moving to and fro between buildings. Is this the door for Malachi's tower?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
essentially.
Then knocking wouldn't do much. Okay, cool.
I mean, Thane could be in there, but
I'm gonna knock on the
Yeah,
door.
that's right.
You knock. A few moments pass. A few more moments pass. Nothing.
Well,
That was
Stack.
Before that, I'm gonna pull out my crowbar and my small smith's hammer and just kind of try a little bonk.
A little bonk on the.
I feel like it's close. Maybe it'll just loosen up a little bit.
Okay. Let's say, give me. I wanna say that this is going to be. Let's just call this a flat intelligence check.
I'll take it.
Oh,
Okay. 18.
18. Okay. Kind of positioning the crowbar, wedging it a little bit in between, trying to get into where you remember the lock being on the other side. Take your hammer, just kind of like smack into it. You hear a sound.
Do I try to open the door now?
You try to open the door, and essentially it is the knob barely twists, but just enough to where you feel like a give pulling your way as the door opens onto the outside, and you go, just kind of groaning a little bit, give it a big shove or a big pull, and it essentially comes loose from its frame a little bit.
Checks out.
But yes, the door is now open.
Look, we did it in the most efficient way possible.
Wow. That door was a friend.
All right, so I make my way back towards him. Does the door look like it's okay to a passerby?
If you closed it, it might look okay to a passerby.
I go
In
with
its
it.
current state, it does not.
Okay.
We also might be locked in here if we close it.
It's already fucked. It's already broken.
Yeah.
I mean, we just break it back out. After that, I don't care what happens.
Let's stack knock on it.
Yeah.
I'd argue that with some time and Smith's tools, I could repair the door.
You could, with some time and certain tools, yes, you think you could fix the door.
Okay.
But I say we all get in here real quick and close the door.
Okay.
Okay.
As we go in, I want to be the last one. I'm going to do one little look around to see if anyone kind of...
Okay, give me one more perception check.
11?
You don't really see anyone, and you almost immediately get distracted as you're like slowly kind of closing the door, because you have noticed like a strange humming sound, and you kind of look over, and Stack's eyes are lit up, and normally his mouth only lights up when he's speaking, but it is now currently lit up, and the humming sound seems to be coming from him. And he's not really saying anything, he's just looking around.
Are you okay, Stack?
Just keeps looking around.
Stack.
And you see him just walk over to one side of the room, like look around, walk over to another side of the room, look around. And then eventually like his head kind of like groaning gratingly looks up at an angle, and with his head unmoving just starts moving towards the stairs that head up towards the office.
Stack, where you going?
Yeah,
Where you going,
yeah.
Stack?
The weight of him on these old wooden boards are like cracking and splintering a little bit, creak, 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 but he's just going straight upstairs.
All right, I go. Follow him.
Follow him?
Yeah, close.
We all follow him
Yeah.
closely.
Everybody follows him?
In fact, I want to go a little bit in front of him.
Okay. I mean, he doesn't like push you out of the way or fight you. You
That's fine.
scramble to like, you hop up on the railing of the stairwell and just kind of get in front of him, walking backwards for a little bit up the stairs, and notice that he's not really registering what's happening.
So I want to turn around. I want to get to the top before him and just see what's going on, just in case.
Okay. You get to the top, and in this enclosed type of circular area, the stairs let off, and then it curves around to the other side, and there's a doorway on the other side. You don't see anything really suspicious.
Okay. Then, yeah.
By the time Stack makes it up to the stairs, he just immediately just comes around that curve, and you can still hear that humming sound. And he approaches the door to Malachi's office, and just kind of like slowly, the humming gets a little bit louder and louder and louder, and he reaches his hand out in front of him, and eventually he touches the door with his hand, and there's almost like a flashing of like a green light. And he like retracts it, and the humming stops. On the humming that he was producing stops. The mouth on him stops glowing green, and you hear this strange shifting and whirring, just. And Stack just goes and opens up the door and starts walking into Malachi's office.
Hey, Stack, where you going?
I have a designation.
And that is.
What is it, buddy?
He continues walking.
I think this is some sort of contingency plan.
Stack, hold on. I try to hold Stack.
Give me an athletics contest.
This won't be well. Nat 20. Again.
For a total of
19.
18.
Not fair,
You
man.
do a pretty good job of holding him back for a bit, but he rolled a total of 22 on his athletics check, and you're essentially just getting dragged with him behind.
I think we should let him. I think we should let him do what he needs to do.
What if he's going in there to smash everything?
Thalner says as I'm being dragged by Stack.
Whatever it is, it was programmed by Malachi.
I think at this point, this seems very likely that he
All
was.
right. Start smashing stuff. I'm gonna start grabbing stuff.
It is very likely that he knows what happened and was told to keep his mouth shut until he was back in Malachi's office.
All right.
Okay, you guys, as you you're talking as you funnel into this office, and immediately, Salvo, you get the sense that he's starting to set up this very same experiment that you had halted prior. You see him go over, and it takes him a little bit, just scanning as his eyes blink, and he finds that vial of mercury and brings it back over to that beaker and begins heating it up and starts setting things up meticulously all around. Nothing has changed to the naked eye in here since you have recently been here, Salvo. But since you are the last one here, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
All that for bullshit. 14.
14 does it, actually. Low DC, because this is actually what you discovered. As you seem like the feelings you're having right now obviously begin with a mild sense of apprehension and uncertainty as to what exactly is going on. And part of that spurns you forward to maybe think and see if you could get a reassessment over at the paperwork around his desk. You see that on his desk, all of that paperwork and the very specific research books that he was using pertaining to all that is missing. All of it's gone.
Shit.
Stack continuously begins working on this experiment, and the humming from him has essentially stopped, but he does not seem like himself. Prior, he basically was just like, I'm going to follow you guys. I'm going to copy what you're doing. I am trying to understand what is happening here, but right now it's almost as if someone had said, program go. And all he is doing is focusing on setting up this experiment. And at any point that you try to talk to him, he just barely doesn't respond. At most, he just says, okay.
Okay, well, I didn't fully expect that,
No, not me either.
but I mean,
I will let all of y'all know that the research that he was working on that was in here is now missing.
Rats. That can't be good.
No, it is not.
Guess we just wait and see what little one's got planned. I don't know.
See what Stack does.
Yeah.
what's he making?
He seems very determined.
Seems like we can't stop him. I mean, I did my best. The best I could do.
Yeah, I actually flinched. I think I'd have been knocked down.
But you got up again.
Time passes by fairly quickly here. And as this is getting set up, who is proficient with Arcana and or History? Both?
Arcana, yes. History, no.
Okay. Okay. So, anyone else? Arcana, History? No? Okay. Okay.
Nope, just old.
Salvo, give me an Arcana check.
Okay.
Ziras, he may either make Arcana or History.
Does the information change?
I was about-
based on-
I don't know
The
how well
information always
history would
changes
help.
based off the stat that
13.
you give me.
13.
13 Arcana for Salvo.
15 Arcana.
15 Arcana?
Or, I mean, yeah. If history would pertain... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not proficient in history. I thought I was.
No, so it's Arcana.
Yeah, so it's Arcana.
Okay.
I was about to say, hold on. How would I be proficient in
I'm
history?
half proficient.
Ziras, you're getting a faint detection of abjuration magic being brewed and bubbled in some of these speakers by this current experiment. Salvo, you get a little bit of the same. You did roll slightly lower, but since you are more familiar with these types of instruments, it's almost as if he's potentially brewing a truth serum.
Okay.
Well, that's not for himself, because I've seen the way he drinks, and I don't think it would be effective.
Very astute observation.
I would like to, I guess, begin another ritual casting of Detect Magic, since I have the hint of that magic.
Sure.
I'd like to kind of hone in on that now.
Okay. You take the 10 minutes, you take the time, set your tools up, and prepare for a ritually cast of Detect Magic. As it activates, you get several blips and burning sensations of light decorated and strewn about the room. What in particular are you looking for or trying to isolate on?
You said I'm getting a sense of abjuration magic?
From this particular experiment, yes.
I guess it wouldn't tell me exactly what it is. Oh, and you learn at School of Magic. I guess I got that out of my Arcana roll.
Yep.
So, never mind.
Okay. When activating it, you do find that this room is very much littered with several things that are magically inclined.
I guess anything in particular that draws my attention. It also, so I guess during the duration, I guess for an action, within 30 feet of me, I sense any magic. It's surrounded by a faint aura. Any visible creatures or objects in the area that bear magic, I also learn at School of Magic, if any.
Your passive investigation is 17. With Detect Magic active, and with your passive investigation of trying to understand what's happening here, there's a lot going on in this office, and your focus obviously has been towards Stack in this experiment type situation. The actual strange thing that sticks out to you is that Stack himself is emitting a very powerful conjuration type magic, but there seems to be a even more powerful and condensed
Aura?
aura of conjuration magic embedded within, not conjuration, evocation magic embedded within inside of him.
Oh, no.
Would you say it's an orb of magic?
It looks orb-ish.
Oh no!
Okay.
And with that, we're going to go on break.
Okay.
Oh man.
Okay, well, we're gonna
We'll be back.
turn on the timer and cut the audio on the microphones, and you guys will probably see us being silly on camera for a little while. We're gonna take a break, and we'll be back here in about 15 minutes. Sound good?
Alrighty.
Awesome.
See you in a
Thank you,
second.
15.
Thank you, 15. Okay, so we're back. Okay, yes, Ziras, as we had just said prior to the close, you detect that Stack himself seems to be made up of conjuration magic. And there is almost like a spherical-like core in the center of him that's giving off an even more powerful magic being layered by that conjuration of the evocation school. And he fervorously continues to work on this experiment.
Do you tell us about that?
I am right now, yes. So, you guys heard and saw me casting my ritual spell as I'm doing my chants and whatnot. And as it completes, I kind of look around, eyes, you know, kind of going all over, and then focus in on Stack and... guys, there's a a concentrated source of evocation magic coming from within Stack.
Evo what?
There's some type of strong power within Stack that seems focused, and I don't know what it is, or
Like
if it
a-
could
like-
activate.
Could it be his heart or like what makes him move around and shit?
Did I, when I casted this earlier on our walk to it,
Sure.
did I see that on Stack?
By all technicalities, yes. I would say at the time you were essentially trying to scope out the college. You hadn't noticed the conjurative or the evocation side of it, but yes, he still was admitting the same type of magical signatures.
Okay.
I'd like to go up to Stack, place my hands upon him, and cast as a ritual, Identify on that.
Okay. So that'll take about 10 minutes. So I would say preparing up your ritual for casting Identify. The trigger is you finally touching him. So right at about the 9 minutes 45 seconds mark, right before your spell activates,
It's cool that artificers can cast ritual spells. I didn't know that.
you see Stack kind of grab this beaker and place it underneath what you are passively seeing as the completion of this experiment, this so-called, what you have observed to be elements of a truth-like serum, pouring into a beaker, and as you walk up and you touch him, casting Identify, there are several effects that happen in your mind. The first being that Identify tells you that Stack is a construct. He was made and created by a powerful conjuration type-esque spell.
Okay.
Not something out of the wheelhouse of Grand Mason Malachi or anyone within the Izzet that have adept skills. But what you continue further in your identification is that there is a stirring, powerful, ancient, and latent power somewhere within inside of Stack. Now, I know how Identify works. It's supposed to tell you what this particular thing or item it is that you're identifying, if there's any sort of magic or spells affecting it. This, even with your Identify spell, is falling short, and the only thing that you can laser in on and focus on as you complete this identification is that the orb itself is tied to draconic existence.
Oh, okay, you know.
And you kind of pull your hand back, and Stack very comically says, "Friends drink and are quiet together." And he goes to pour this concoction on himself as if imbibing it, and just like with alcohol, doesn't necessarily imbibe it, but you with your detect magic spell see a whooshing of magical energy now permeating around him, and his eyes begin flickering green rapidly once more, and then go dark. And he's just silently standing there.
I rush over, Stack, man.
You begin shaking him, kind of like rolling him on the shoulders, and he seems unresponsive until the eyes light back up, and he goes, My designation. I'm here. I completed my designation.
Hell yeah.
I remember now. And he kind of like touches part of his chest and like peels back some rock. And
What did you remember, Stack? As I take a couple steps back.
he reaches into his chest and he looks at you and he says, "Malachi wanted me to deliver this safely." And pulls out this strange orb made of a very complex composite of stone, but very, very oddly so, almost a curved, embossed and carved visage of a adult dragon wrapped around this orb is manifested, or is essentially wrapping around this orb. The orb of itself is just a kind of slate green.
That's wicked.
Why did Malachi want you to deliver this safely? Do you know what it is?
He said that it's very important. I don't remember particularly what he had said.
Do you know?
He didn't necessarily tell me why or the reason for its function, but he told me that the Justice of the Peace were looking for it, and that I was to protect it and bring it back to the Izzet.
I tell everyone, when I was casting Identify, I think that this orb is tied to draconic existence.
Yeah, there's definitely.
there's a bloody dragon on it, man. I could have told you that.
Oh yeah, but the fact that my Identify did not tell me anything else.
That's strange.
It's
The
very
Identify should
confusing.
tell you something. That's
Of course, yeah, that's what it does.
I love Roscoe's like passive, like magic. Yeah.
so you're supposed to,
The emo vacation. I got it.
Emo vacation.
So I asked Stack, you were supposed to deliver it specifically here to Malachi's office?
No. Malachi is within the custody of the Justice of the Peace.
Knew it.
And I was too. I essentially didn't exist prior to, well, roughly a few days ago. He created me in the prison cell. And he told me to take this orb and bring it back to the Izzet. However, at the same time, I believe he used some abilities of his to wipe my very fresh memory serves.
Probably to protect this information.
Did he tell you what to do with it or who to bring it to in the Izzet?
My designation was to bring it here. He didn't say further. In fact, he had told me, essentially, bring it here and wait for him.
Stack, may I hold it?
Give me a persuasion check.
I'm like half tempted to start running back to the Grand Spire because I can't. Yeah.
12.
12. He kind of hesitantly looks at it for a moment and then reaches his hand out. We're friends, right?
Yes.
Puts it in your hand.
Very carefully looking.
I like that.
So as you hold this in your hand, go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
Uh, 16.
16?
Mm-hmm.
Just a moment, please.
Don't
Just-
drop it, man.
Just explodes.
It hatches.
Stop.
No.
Yes.
Stop.
We're all thinking it.
If we would adopt it.
Okay, real quick question. Does a charisma saving throw change your total result?
Yes.
And what would it change it to?
I said 16? Is that
Yeah.
what I
You had said
It
16.
would be 15.
Okay. With a 15. Taking off my microphone.
Oh. I'll cover mine.
Whispers, silent whispers.
Do some ASMR. ASMR with her
I don't like
hands
his
right
face. Stop that.
Our mics actually work really well when we put them right in front of our face. This is probably really uncomfortable right
Oh,
That was so our audience would not hear what he was whispering
Yeah.
in.
Actually, the music would probably do that just fine.
And he
But
would
that
lose
was
all
more
the
fun.
information.
So here's exactly what I was told. No. Oh gosh. You see me as I hold it, just kind of like eyes widen and almost go into like a trance looking at this. You said it's like kind of like swirling colors, or
On the
is it just a
inside, on the
solid-
inside, yes, and there's like a sculpted figurine of what appears to be a pale green dragon roped around this orb.
Nah.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Don't like it. Don't like this one bit.
I'm about to
And
show
you guys just kind of see me like just staring at it,
Ziras,
seeing the green glow reflect.
You alright?
Hey,
Kinda
hey,
like-
buddy.
Serious,
Wave
we're
my
not playing
hand.
we're not playing the quiet game.
What just happened?
This is,
Maybe you should hand that back to Stack.
there's something in here, sentient.
Okay, I start running. I'm running back to Amara's. Or
Okay.
against Citadel.
You guys see JJ just no hesitation, just turn.
You
and
guys stay
start-
here. I'll be right back.
Where are you going?
I gotta go tell what's her face.
Paula, Amara. Or do you say what's her face?
I say what's her face.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I know her name, but yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
He is shooketh.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Is it like dragon?
Is there somewhere safe to like set it down?
Can Stack just like put it back inside his soul?
Is there somewhere safe to set
I
it
can go
down?
back inside the hole.
You're uncertain of the nature of this object, of
Okay,
what's
I set it
safe.
down.
Okay, so you
Is
set
there
it
a
down.
table, like a desk?
Sure,
table,
sure. There's
something?
there's tables and desks and different experimental surfaces all around this area.
Can I find an orb holder?
Yeah, like is there? That's kind of like is there like yeah? Is there
like a little
some type of-
tripod orb holder?
Yeah,
okay.
is there
Or a
someone-
ring, any sort of ring.
Okay,
a flask
passive
holder?
investigation between Salvo and Ziras. You guys both are scurrying around. Ziras just kind of like awkwardly holding this orb in
Is there
front of him.
Is there somewhere to safely set this? Is there somewhere to safely?
You guys do find a small like tripod that is currently housing a chunk of obsidian.
Salvo, please move the. Thank you. And I
While
set
they're
it down.
doing this, I go and make sure the door is all like locked and barred and
Downstairs or upstairs?
the one up there's one right here.
Okay, JJ takes off. You slam the door shut behind them while the two of them begin stirring around the inside of the office. You lock some of the latches. A couple of them are a little too tall for you to reach.
There's chairs.
Yeah, there's chairs. You could step on one, hop up, lock it up.
I say, Salvo, may I have a word with you?
You may.
And we're inside a room inside this tower, or
Yes,
is this the whole?
yeah.
The
Okay.
This
office
is
at the top of the tower.
Okay.
Top
cool.
of the tower.
Yeah.
You see, this is the first time you're seeing it from the inside. There is a beautiful stained glass clock face that is showing the depictions of all of the planets moving around each other in tandem with two suns right in the middle.
Okay. I say, I need to have a word with Salvo. Please stay here. Do not touch.
It's with the
that.
secrets, man.
I'll tell you shortly.
That seems a waste of time. Can we just put it back inside Stack?
No. Let's not. Shall we?
Yes, we shall.
Okay.
I light up a cigar out of nervousness.
The Stack kind of like walks over to you, Roscoe, and is like, "What are you doing?"
Man, I'm smoking a cigar here, man.
Oh. What is smoking a cigar? And as you two kind of hash that out, what are you two talking about here?
So, first of all, just to clarify, you said it's an adult dragon symbol that's on the outside of this. Is this egg-shaped in nature, just to get that?
It's orb-shaped.
Orb-shaped? Okay, cool.
Some might say spherical.
Spherical, indeed, yes. The technical scientific term.
Ponder upon the orb.
Okay.
One would say we are now.
So, going outside, I say, I wanted to get out of earshot of that orb, and I still wanted to leave some of us there to make sure it was safe.
Out of
But-
earshot of the orb.
Yes, it spoke to me.
Oh,
It attempted to
that's
pervade my thoughts, but I resisted. It tried to bend me to its will, and it seems like it has an agenda of its own.
Oh.
My guess would be that it's a dragon. I don't know. Does this look like a dragon egg? Do you know?
Do I know?
History or Arcana check?
I'll roll an Arcana.
You get the
15.
15? This doesn't look like any depictions of dragon eggs that you've ever seen before.
This doesn't look like any depiction of dragon eggs I've ever seen before.
Okay, then then I believe that there is an evil soul trapped inside of this, and based on the markings, I would venture to say it could be a green dragon.
Oh. Like a soul orb of some sort?
Possibly.
That's a thing.
That means that there's a dragon inside of Drakehaven.
I don't like that one bit.
Me either. I don't know what would have happened.
Can I roll a... I don't even know what I'd roll on. Is that possible?
What is the question?
Like, is it possible that there is a dragon soul trapped in this orb?
Arcana check. DC's pretty high.
Big money, no whammies.
Is the salvo displaying emotion?
That's not bad. That was almost emotion.
Almost emotion.
Almost a little bit of panic.
Yeah.
Concern.
we have emotions. We just don't outwardly portray them often.
So we just
But,
got a hint of
dragon
betrayal.
orb. 25.
25.
Can it happen?
That was exactly the.
Oh, another one. Another whisper. Another whisper.
Watch for the camera.
You're good, buddy. You're good.
Okay, so this is the
I need
part
to-
where
I need
we
to learn
have
some more
conversations.
sea shanties. Tune in next time for Roscoe's sea shanties to cover up all the secrets being whispered.
You know what I was thinking? The kind of magic you know? Arcana.
Oh my god.
Oh, of course.
So So yeah, I couldn't. So obviously, as I said,
Seasick.
out of character, I wanted to pull one person aside because, I don't know if it was listening.
Okay, okie dokie.
Emo vacation is my favorite.
So good.
I guess it's okay.
I could see how it would be possible. I feel like we should not interact with it.
I agree.
Then we should put it back inside stack, man.
Shh. What should we do? I don't want to leave it unattended.
Well, I'd love to give it to Grand Mason Malachi.
We're both
Paula would probably know what to do.
Interesting enough that you have role-played the feet and elbows of Jack hauling it to the Grand Spire. You get just outside of the Izzet Academy.
Before Green Dragon blows you into
And
flames.
as you are leaving, you see a small platoon of Justice of the Peace approaching the Academy, being led by none other than Theo Azarius himself.
Kill him.
Is this my opportunity to do something?
You see them coming. You have like a good 60, 70 feet before you're within like touch range with these guys, but you see them coming. And they very intently are looking up towards the Academy.
I shoot at the Grand Spire.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll to hit.
That's smart.
Are you using your pistol? You don't have your okay. No. So you're using your pistol. Okay. Mm-hmm. Got it. And you have 4 bullets left, am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
You want me to look up the range?
All the bullets you have, man.
Only hold 6, I assume.
Does it have reloads?
Okay, so it's 60 to 180, so I'm assuming this is going to be a disadvantage.
This would definitely be a disadvantage.
Cool.
Because it's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feet away.
About 3/4 of a mile.
Oh,
So he's
okay.
shooting at our tower.
No.
We're not
He's
the Grand
shooting
Spire.
at-
Grand Spire is where I learned magic.
That's what
Yes.
I thought.
That's where the-
Okay.
It's a protruding crystal formation,
Where
essentially.
he was running towards.
Yes.
Okay, first one is 24.
Okay.
Oh, it's that one.
No!
Hold on, I have inspiration.
Yes.
Do you?
Yes.
If not,
He was
I
the
will
only
give it
one.
to
You didn't
He
use
was the
yours
only
last
one.
time.
No.
He was the only one.
Oh, okay. So you're keeping the original 24 and re-rolling the 1 with this inspiration.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to ask you if you wanted me to reroll both.
No. So inspiration, just like gaining like the lucky feat. So the lucky feat gives you 3 uses of essentially inspiration a day. And when you roll at advantage or disadvantage, you can select which dice to replace with your new roll. So you would obviously hold on to the 24, and then when using inspiration, you will re-roll and see what that result would be.
Okay. Okay.
That's not
That's
bad.
17.
17?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. You
Big enough target.
you kind of pull your pistol out, aim it up, fire it at the Grand Spire. A few seconds pass, and you hear the marching getting a little bit louder, and you hear Jack! And just a few seconds later, not even paying attention to him, you see a plume of shards of glittering type dust evaporate off of the Grand Spire.
Okay. That's about as good as it gets. Hopefully someone saw that.
Boy, oh boy,
Or
oh
heard
boy,
that.
oh boy.
Oh boy, oh boy.
And now approaching you very quickly, Jack? Of course, I would see you here, wouldn't I?
Why do you say that?
Hey, you 3, keep going. And he turns around. There's about 6 people following him right now. 3 of them break off and continue heading towards Izzet.
What's all the hubbub?
Oh, well. I think you would actually know.
What's all that?
Harboring a fugitive, obstructing justice. Jack, I thought you were better than this.
I'm a lot of things, but I ain't that bad. But
So that's why you're all feet and elbows running out of the College of Izzet, where our leads have found that they're there.
yeah, to get you guys, obviously.
He kind of turns and he looks back at the other 3. You go ahead. I got this. They continue forward. And it's just the 2 of you standing in the street now. He looks back at you and he says, Jack, you know you're in bed with some enemies of the state right now, right?
Define in bed and with enemies of the state.
And Jack.
And Jack, like that. You don't know Jack.
Spencer, you can have his first.
Yes.
He just looks at you and he says, you know, you could talk now, save you some time in the courts, save you some time in the jail cells.
This asshole.
Kill him.
You're alone. Kill him. There can be no witnesses.
Donner puts up his hood.
Do it.
Me to me.
I mean, I don't know what you want me to say to you, but we'll see how things pan out.
Well, if you were wise,
I'm pretty wise.
you won't offer resistance. Please come with me to find your friends.
I'm not resisting.
Then let's walk.
All right.
He starts walking. You follow him?
No. I keep running. Yeah.
After you.
You do follow him?
Yeah, I feel like if I were to run now, it would just make things worse. So.
Okay. So you follow him.
Wisdom
We're
save?
gonna-
To see if that's a good idea.
Oh, you know what? I like that. You're going to impose your own wisdom save. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Fight or flight. Follow or flight.
Follower, flighter.
That's a 7.
This is entirely up to your interpretation since you imposed this check.
Yeah.
Oh no. You are wise, allegedly.
How long would it take me to run from here to?
It would take you less than 3 minutes at a full sprint to get to the Grand Spire.
Okay. Can I like trip him or both of us, and then start taking off running?
Shoot him in the kneecap.
I was
Shoot
gonna.
him in the kneecap.
I was
Get
gonna.
two bullets.
Because
that
I
a
was
sleight
gonna
of
push him, but I didn't want to add more charges onto whatever is already racking up. So
Is that a sleight of foot check?
Sleight of foot check. No, this will be a version of a grapple check. It's going to be your athletics. Oh dear.
Oh boy.
Okay, that's cocked.
that's your cock dice there. That's out of the tray. I don't know why I'm
Fun fact, just ran some math. If he was 3/4 of a mile and he was running at full speed, and full speed is 60 feet per round, it would take him 6.6 minutes.
Thank you, Salva.
Look at that.
Nerd.
Well, he had already exited and been a little bit outside,
fair,
so let's
fair,
say
fair.
it's about half a mile.
Okay.
But still about 4 minutes. My brain math wasn't too
It's
far
pretty
off.
damn close, yeah. Weirdest math
Roll
ever
with
is like
intent.
speed per 6 seconds.
I already rolled on this though, so I feel like that's cheating.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
So wait, so you've already rolled on this?
Yeah.
All right, what do you got?
It's a 9.
Okay. Please describe how you try to trip this man.
As we're kind of like passing by, I like try and find out where I put those cigars, and then
What, you need a light?
really, like shoulder bump / like as continue the foot movement into his as he's like on one leg.
Okay, so you do succeed in a little bit of putting him off kilter. And as you feel like, oh, that'll be enough, he'll fall, you turn around to start sprinting, and he grabs the back of your coat. You may give me an athletics or an acrobatics check to get out of this grapple.
Intent.
Okay. 21.
20.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, he goes and he grabs you by the coat, and as you feel it pulling off, you kind of just do you let go of the coat?
Yeah, that's how I pictured it.
Okay. Yeah. So you essentially just like shake your arms free and fling
Naruto
yourself
run.
out of and just start Naruto running towards the Grand Spider. Grand Spider. What is this energy tonight?
That's the Golem market.
No, the
Grand
Spider roll for initiative.
I remember when my kids spun their own web.
I didn't even.
The inspiration.
Only on enemies.
Okay, I'll allow that. Okay, well, no, you guys are in a chase scene. This is not initiative, but we're gonna pan back over to our other party now.
Yeah, I was trying to like.
Completely unaware.
It's already happened, but in my head, I was like, I think it's better if I split
The focus.
the focus. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so
So as I said, I think Paula would know to Lane.
Do you guys hear the gunshot?
Everybody, give me a perception check. Okay. Except for.
Stag.
No, actually, yeah, except for Stack. Yeah.
can it be passive?
You're not actively looking for this gunshot. I will allow you to choose either the passive or an active.
Because we also know this is a sketchy situation and would kind of be listening.
Technically, it'd be passive for
For
all of us,
anything.
yeah?
It would technically, but if you want to make an active perception, I will allow it. Is essentially what I'm saying.
Okay, I made one already before that, and so
Ah.
it's 8. So it's 8.
Okay. So I would say no, you don't. And just to kind of ease your mind a little bit with your passive of 12, it still would be enough.
Yeah, no problem.
16.
Okay. 15.
I take my passive of 14.
Okay.
11.
11. The only one that actually hears this gunshot, because essentially you guys are like deep within the College of the Izzet. And the gunshot happens not too far off, like through very many sound-absorbing materials along the way. Thauner, you hear a faint popping off in the distance, and it doesn't sound too far off from more specifically, the sound sounds identical to when Jack had missed his shot and hit the paling.
Oh, nice. Good flavor.
I'm gonna go and try and look down at the door, knowing that it was kind of sketchy the way that we got in.
Okay.
of the tower.
Okay, so you kind of unlock all the doors, and Stack and Roscoe are sitting right next to the Stack's trying
Is there
to
not
smoke
like a
this
window
cigar.
I can look out of?
Not directly in the direction that you're looking for.
Okay.
The only window is this
Clock face.
the clock face, the stained glass window. There are windows. There are 2 windows on either side of the kind of round entrance leading up to the office itself. And as you unlash all the locks, the 2 of you hear like this scuffling commotion, and you see Thauner burst open from the room and kind of scramble over to one of the windows. Are you trying to look through a window or like down into the tower?
Just the quickest way to look down outside the tower at the door to see, because like my in-character assumption would be make sure that no one saw us come in here and
Got
nothing
it.
looks suspicious.
Got it. So front-facing window for the direction that you're trying to look, you would have known that it's essentially like one half flight of stairs down, and as you are running down that half flight, you hear coming from below, "The fuck happened to this door?"
I stop dead, turn around. We got company.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Who is it?
I don't know.
Is it?
Hey, Stack, man. You
Does
know
it
this
matter?
place. There's
Yes.
got to be like a secret way out. There's no way a super wizard man would make a tower without a secret exit.
It's a fair point.
Clint, highs or lows?
Eyes.
There is now.
You're kind of like hurriedly saying this to Stack. Stack's not like having a hard time like registering the panic in your voice for a second, and he says, "There's a bathroom."
Show it to me.
He kind of takes you over to a small bathroom, a door that's kind of hidden behind, essentially like, imagine a bunch of bookshelves and then a door that's kind of folded behind it so that people walking in don't see it. He kind of moves over and he says, "I noticed it when the door was cracked earlier," and he kind of opens it up a little bit, and there's a room with a small flat bench and a hole in it and a window on one side of it.
Okay, so from what I know, I don't know if I can use this in game, so you tell me what I can. From what I know about like old style medieval toilets, is it's usually just a shaft that goes straight down.
That is correct. And in canon of the world,
Magic toilet.
whether Roscoe knows this or not, being from his background, give me a flat intelligence check.
I would think Roscoe know a toilet.
Yeah,
I've thrown up in a lot, so I've had my face in there.
you may take this flat intelligence at advantage.
Very good point.
Okay,
Because how observant were you at the time?
exactly.
I'm just impressed he has the consideration and decency to find a toilet to throw open.
12.
12.
We have a flat, so yeah, intelligence. Right.
12. You're not 100% certain where the toilet refuse goes when it's done, but you know it's not inside.
Guys, I know a way out. I start ripping apart this toilet face. How tall do you think this tower is?
I say, real quick, I say, did you already start coming back up?
I didn't start coming back. I just stopped where I was and
Okay,
said
I
we
say,
had company.
I say, quickly, come back up. Everyone, stay quiet. Stack, quiet game. And I cast, silent image to create. Is there a good place to make a wall that looks like the tower stops? Here, to block off. I want it to look like they reach the top.
Well, if the office is a room off of basically a landing, it sounded like you
Like kind of a
described. We came up the stairs and there was like this landing area and then the office with a door.
Sure.
They were talking outside of. We go into the office.
The most strategic place in this close vicinity to make it look like it's closed off.
Give me an Arcana check.
You have inspiration.
Why?
I'll describe why once you make the check.
I'm kidding. 13.
Okay. With a 13, you are able to discern that at best with what you're trying to attempt to do, is to create a silent image of essentially a wall in front of the door. You don't think it to be logical for you to make a false image of something that just stops when they know that they're looking for an office or an office door at the top of this tower.
Yeah, well, it just goes to nothing.
I'm not discouraging the use of silent image here. I am encouraging through logic, particularly a possible better implementation of it.
Well, is there a good
Looks like
is there a good enough space? I'm sorry.
No, you go.
Um,
Because I don't know what you're doing.
that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
yeah. So, 15 feet. Can we like basically huddle up and make like a large bookcase and be like inside what that bookcase would be?
With that Arcana check, you think that that is a much better idea.
Okay. So let's do that. And
Maybe like in front of the bathroom.
We all hide in the bathroom.
Meanwhile, who else has rope?
And yeah, so in order, so it'll be a investigation check against my spell save DC if they were to attempt to investigate wherever it is we're hiding.
Okay, hit me with that role play of what's happening right now.
Okay, so I quickly, also real quick, is there from our investigation earlier, is there some kind of cloth, throw blanket, something?
There's got to be a rug, right?
There are fire retardant blankets that are stored within a shelf nearby to several of the experimental tools.
So I say, quickly, Founder, back up here. Everyone be quiet. Stack, quiet game. I run, open up the cabinet, grab that, take the orb, wrap it up, hold it in. Everyone stay still. And cast a
We go in the toilet,
image.
right?
Well, I just put, there's a wall where a bookcase could look normal here.
Right.
And we're able to stand and be inside what would be, so there's like a bookcase like immediately in front of
Gotcha.
us.
So
he
you
was
could
describing
stand
is that-
within the bookcase or you could be within the bathroom, but either way you essentially see a translucent
Sure.
fake bookcase on the way out.
I'll be in the bathroom.
I
Okay.
think the safest place so far for the orb has been inside Stack, and maybe we should think about putting it back inside Stack.
I already got it. I'll explain later. Because I also didn't explain the kind of. I don't want Stack to get possessed.
Emo
Out of
vacation.
character.
He hasn't been yet.
Emo vacation.
Who knows if that changes?
Right. Still, I'm tying all of our ropes together.
Okay, you're beginning to tie all of your ropes together. All of you may give me a stealth check.
Can I make a stealth check for not moving?
If you're not moving, you may take your stealth check at advantage. This is essentially like, can they hear you whispering and tying together rope?
All of us advantage?
Doing nothing, like literally nothing, at advantage. If you're doing something, it's going to be a flat roll.
I'm doing nothing.
Your time, rope seal.
Thank God, because there was a nat one on the one I would have rolled.
Jeez.
If I had disadvantage, do I just now have a flat roll?
Yes.
If I'm doing nothing.
Gotta change
Yes.
my mind about tying ropes.
It's okay. Sometimes it happens.
It's okay. They still would have to make an
Yeah.
investigation check. So that's going to be an 18 for me.
Oh wait, you said at advantage. I'm not
Half
doing
like one.
anything.
Yeah.
That's worse. Never mind.
Okay, so what did you get?
18.
What did you get?
10.
What did you get?
I'm tying ropes, so I got a 6.
Okay, what did you get?
Dirty 20.
Ooh.
Okay.
But
So,
I'm real little, so I make small sounds.
I'm just breathing heavy. I don't know.
And to clarify, I'm sure everyone, when someone enters the room, rope tying would stop, but they would have heard that sound, I'm assuming. Anyways.
I'm also in the bathroom, so I'm a little further.
You guys are in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Not in my image?
Yeah.
Well,
You guys-
no,
The
image
in
is
your
like-
thing, in our head, your thing is
Oh,
in
okay.
front of the door of the
It made
bathroom.
sense to go in.
you guys, as a stealth
Okay.
check, made a collective of roughly 13.
You're welcome.
And as you hear footsteps beginning to enter, and you hear a couple of people, well, the fuck's the door open? Hey, there's nobody in here. Hey, Theo said that there'd be plenty of people in here. Where's that little... they're now going to make their investigation check. I will roll for them as one unit, because it's literally a unit, and I'm actually gonna roll this one in front of you guys just for the drama.
Yes. It's 15.
Is that cocked? That's your cock dice. Here we go.
No! 20!
They rolled a nat 20. Everybody. They rolled a nat 20.
DMD inspiration!
Roscoe had
Yes.
given me de-inspiration.
Which you accepted?
I did actually accept that. I will think about my decision to do that in the future. But for now, I will honor it.
Wild card.
Wild card, my guy. Okay, here we go.
Watch it be another 20.
I swear to
I'm rolling Azula this time.
Oh, no.
You suck.
Natural one! Wow!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
From a nat 20 to a
MVP
nat
goes to
1.
Roscoe.
Literally, Azula was like, I like mom better.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
That was so good.
You guys.
You can have that one back.
All right. Okay.
You know what?
That
You can have DMD inspiration again for that one.
I don't accept.
That was a whirlwind of emotions.
Dude, that was wild. You could hear a pin drop while we waited for
Craps
that
is
result.
like, I'm gonna start playing craps.
It's just as stressful.
Okay, so how does
Okay.
the natural
God.
1 fare compared to the natural 20?
It looks like they're trying to make experiments or something. Well, yeah, of course they're trying to make experiments. Look at all these bakers and stuff. Hey, don't touch that. Oh, shite. Go clean yourself off. All right, so let's just make sure we take a good and thorough look-see over. All right. You, check those chests. You, I guess check under the tables. You're small enough. All right, and I guess I'll look at all these damn books. And he starts walking around. There's a lot of wrestling happening. You guys can see through like the opaque kind of silent image of this bookshelf that they're just kind of bumbling around, trying to figure out where the hidden people are in a very like non-easy to hide things in place. What appears to be the leader of the situation starts like thumbing through books and pulling them off shelves and cracking them open and getting bored, putting them back up. And then he gets over to the bookshelf that you guys are all hiding in, essentially. Roscoe, you finish cinching your rope and just kind of stop and hold your breath as he's like staring. And on the prior shelves, he had actually tried to pull down some books. And on this one, it seems really boring. He's reading like, prestidigitate. Oh, I can't even fucking say that word. Mages. Continues walking past the bookshelf. All right. Looks like our intel is bad. Let's turn around and tell the captain. Starts leaving the tower. One of the smaller like ones looking under the table, kind of like looks around suspiciously in the room. Closes the door, and they leave.
Wow.
All right, so I want to give it a good amount of time, so I think they're at the bottom. Be like,
Yeah.
I don't think that their boss is gonna believe them when they say no one's here. I still think someone's gonna come back up.
That's fair. We gotta get the.
And I start ripping
We
up
gotta get outta here.
the toilet seat.
No, I'm not going out the toilet.
What's your idea?
Roscoe, they're leaving. We'll just exit the door.
Oh yeah, we'll just go out the only one door, where I'm sure they're not kind of hanging around waiting for their boss.
Yeah. They were
About
pretty
the
dumb.
window?
You're like real dumb for looking real smart, man.
Wow. Well, when you got all this rope tied, we can go out the window.
How many people have you escaped from? How many guards have
Well,
you ran
right
from in your
now,
life,
as of
man?
today, so far, several. You're
In
welcome.
One day? Man,
You have a really strange way of saying thank you, but I accept, Roscoe.
Here's the silver.
and I thought I had a drinking
No, this
problem
isn't a
before I
tipping
met
situation.
I propose we scope out whoever's the stealthiest, see if there's, say, a person downstairs, keep an eye on that door. If there isn't, we go out the door. If there is, toilet.
That sounds like a fair.
We can go out the
middle
window
ground.
too.
You're gonna break like this fancy stained glass window that everyone looks at and think no one's gonna notice?
I think breaking the toilet would be better if we're going to break something, but I like Salva's idea.
All right, well, I'm,
check if we can
I'm
use the front
pretty
door?
Sneaky. Who else feels like they're an amount of sneaky that's more than my amount of?
I thought it sounded like. Was there a window?
You
in
hear
the
me go
restroom?
clink, clink,
There was
clink.
a
I am
window
not-
in the restroom.
There's a window in the restroom.
But still, like the toilet, as it goes down, it's encased in stone.
Yeah, we're
So
not just
no one would
rappelling
see
off the
you
side of the building.
Going down the side. It would just go out. There'd probably be like a little cover, and you'd pop out the bottom. And he could predict.
I was about to say. I was hoping someone would say it. I was like, please don't forget that you can do that.
There might have been a reason why the guard looked at a simple book called
Yes.
Prestidigitation on the silent image itself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
when you made that image, you were already thinking like, man, if we got to go through that toilet.
it's just my subconscious thoughts of being by the toilet. I'm like,
Can we estimate how tall this tower is?
You actually are really good at estimating heights, Roscoe, being someone that's both athletic, acrobatic, and smaller than most people. You deem that the toppest point of this tower is roughly about 50 feet.
so 40.
it.
And from where you guys are at, yes, roughly 40 feet.
rope would
I
do
didn't
that.
even need to be tying rope.
Yeah.
That could kill me. I'm a wizard.
Well, I've tied it so that there's knots. So,
Yes.
So there's now 100 feet of rope that's tied into 50, and it'll give us advantage on climbing down.
I agree with that as the dungeon master.
Okay. I will go first to make sure we have a clean getaway.
And but he'll check first because the toilet may not even be the way we go.
I
think-
agree.
If you guys are down with the toilet, I say we just take the toilet.
We are okay with the toilet as an
Then let's
alternative.
do it.
Let's
Roscoe,
check downstairs.
here.
Are you going to tell me that there's someone out there, even if there isn't, just so we go down the toilet?
Oh.
Roscoe really wants to go down this
That's
toilet.
a yes.
What was
I
it?
believe it.
So, in summary, if we don't need to destroy this place, we can make it look as if we were never here. If it's the only option, I say we take it. But
Okay.
let's check
All
to
right.
see if the coast
All
is
right,
clear.
all right. I'm pretty sneaky. Who else feels that they're... Am I allowed to say how my
Yeah,
level of
I mean,
sneakiness
I'm fine
is?
with it. It's fine.
All right, I'm a +4 in sneak.
I mean, I don't know if any of us can really help you. But I believe
I
in
think
you.
you're the sneaky.
All
I go
right.
clink, clink, clink. I cannot.
All right, so
Roscoe sneaking down.
sneak down.
To see if there's anyone here.
So you essentially pass your way through the silent image, and you hear this stacks following you.
Stack. We're gonna play that game again where you stay with the friends and play the quiet game, and then I go, and then I'll come back.
This is the game that's like at the Heaven's Garden.
Yeah, you did so good. Let's see if you can even beat your high score from last time.
Okay,
All right, so when I leave, what are you gonna do?
I stay here.
Yeah, that's
Your high
right.
score.
2 spies.
And he basically nods in agreement. He's going to stay here. We're going to cut over back to Jack. Jack, you have just slipped out of your jacket and are bolting it down the street. You hear from behind you, "Ugh, I'll catch you, old man!" And Theo is hot on your tails. This is a chase scene. So, in order for you to successfully evade Theo Azarius from chasing you down and doing with whatever happens if he does successfully catch you, you need to make a skill check contested with his skill checks. Once you reach 3 successes, you will have successfully evaded him and won this chase scene. If he makes it to 3 successes before you do, he will catch you. So, as you begin bolting it down, it's kind of a little bit of a wow, that was a terrible sentence. It's a little bit of a busy day going on. There are some people moving around, hustling and bustling. It's in the early hours of the afternoon, so your movement is impeded slightly. I won't give you a number because this is a skill challenge, but just remember there are a lot of people around you right now. What are you doing in order to evade Theo as he chases you RoboCop style? Just
Okay, so
You have to pick your skills for it. This is a skill challenge.
it's a skill challenge, yes.
Sick.
So speaking of, let me just to give you a little bit more insight of how the skill challenge will work. You will choose a skill, and that's what you will roll with against his chosen skill. You may not use the same skill twice.
okay, so
first, I am going to try and I don't know, dip behind an alley or maybe some areas that I'm more comfortable with, and try and break his line of sight.
Okay. So this sounds like a stealth check, almost.
I have something else planned for stealth.
Sure. So what would you?
I'm thinking the alleyway is probably going to be cluttered and acrobatics basically.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. I'll go for it. Let's do it.
Try to Aladdin your way out of this.
Yeah. I don't like that. Parkour.
Oh,
Riff raff, street rat.
that was so close.
That was so close.
Do you need inspiration? Do you want
No,
inspiration?
it is 15.
15 for Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Not bardic.
You hear as you duck into a couple alleyways, a few people kind of sitting down on the edges. They're just oh, what? And other people passing in front. You're kind of dipping around. Move! You hear from behind you, justice of the peace! Get out of the way if you don't want to get arrested yourself! He rolled a natural 20.
Oh.
That is going to count for 2 successes for him.
So an inspiration that roll. That's not fair. That's not fair.
Can I do that?
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
You did rule that we can use inspiration.
Oh
as
yeah,
rolls.
re-roll that.
It was on Azula.
Yeah.
She liked me.
Baby girl.
You're using,
Let's go.
Oh, you're using your inspiration on. It's a 14 that you rolled?
14, and
whatever.
you did athletics, correct? Okay.
No, acrobatics.
Acrobatics, okay. He was choosing intimidation on this factor. He only had a +1. So you guys are in tandem. Neither success on either side.
Oh, so he doesn't have to use the same skill that he picked.
No.
Yes.
You both get to pick.
Yep.
Okay.
He was trying to clear the
I'm
path.
with you.
He's trying
I'm
to
with you.
Aladdin.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you do successfully weave in and out of some of this crowd, but and his intimidation does succeed, but it basically is just keeping pace with you right now.
Okay.
All right, let's keep going.
So do both succeed?
No, both. It's a draw, so neither succeeds.
Gotcha.
Okay. So
First to
as,
3 successes.
so as we get out of the alley, I'm gonna try and blend into the crowd and take off my hat.
Ooh.
That's
You
a
already
stealth
lost your
check.
jacket.
I already lost my jacket, so.
Okay.
No one's ever seen him with that. Actually, we did when he gave it a
Okay,
stack.
that's better. Okay, so stealth is an 18. Yeah, 18.
18.
Yes.
Okay. You kind of duck and cover. You know this city very well. This is something that you as a kid with your best friend would weave in and out of crowds and get lost into anytime you got into some shenanigans. In fact, you were better at hiding in plain sight. And so this skill definitely is starting to denote as you kind of take your hat off, fold it up, hold it down to your waist, and just kind of hunch down a little bit and walk a little slowly in the opposite direction that you might have been seen. You see him burst out from the alley with your passive perception. He's looking around, and he can't see you. And he says, 10 gold to anyone who's seen a man that fits this description. And he says the description.
Yeah.
This small, quaint woman with her hand just sticking out. He places it in her hand, and she kind of points in your general direction. He starts heading off towards you. He failed in comparison, so you have 1 success right now, but he is still heading off in your direction. Kind of weaving in and out of crowds. You do know that he's hot on your trails, passing by a few shopping areas that'll loop back around towards the Grand Spider. What do you do here?
Was that a persuasion on his?
Yes.
Nice.
It's hard to fail persuasion when you got 10 gold in your hand. But he didn't his actual full roll was 12. So
Someone will take that money.
someone took the money and he got a general direction, but he doesn't know exactly where Jack is.
Old man, yeah, I saw an old man go that way.
Thanks. See you later.
Okay. How can I use sleight of hand? I'm going to Is there anything hanging in the off of the buildings or
For sure. Yeah, there's many things. You're actually kind of in the trade district right now. There's lots of banners and signs of shops. There are hanging eaves of fishing line that essentially show tapestries of the Aquaverse Festival. In a couple of alleyways, you see clotheslines, spider webbing across them.
Basically, I was trying to think of how I could use sleight of hand, and then I guess just throwing my knife at something and try and knock it down.
Sure. Roll
That's
it.
technically an attack roll, which is separate for skill.
Sure. This is a skill challenge, and it technically is an attack roll. However, the aspect of sleight of hand is you're trying to position something advantageously in your favor, with the flavor of it being hanging. So let's go ahead and do that sleight of hand check.
Almost again. That is another 15.
Investigation 13.
Ooh.
You essentially just kind of run by a few people, knocking into a few others, kind of making a commotion in itself, and then you turn on your heel and, taking out one of your daggers, cut one of the lines that are held, holding a rope and essentially holding a line of one of those banners that begin to fall. The commotion in front of it creates such a good distraction that they all like turn around and see this thing falling and start to exclaim in confusion while you're now heading in the opposite direction. And his investigation check, you see him 2 shoulders away, just pass through the crowd, pushing people around him like, has anyone seen this man? And he like looks around and doesn't see anything. You have two successes as of right now.
Let's go.
Heading off in the other direction now, directly towards the Grand Spire. What are you doing now? This is throngs of people are muddling this street. This is a very busy market day. You are on a less trafficked outskirt and have intentionally moved through this flood of people. What do you do here?
Would you allow me to use perception to find a building that has like basically 2 openings, like a front and a back, and kind of lose them in the crowd that way too?
I'd say perception or history.
I like perception.
Okay.
Just a hunch.
Sure. He also is going to roll perception here.
Okay. That is a 17.
22. He turns around, and a few people are shouting, some twat just moved over that direction. And he turns around and he sees you ducking your head into a building. You get all the way into the building. This looks like what appears to be somewhat of a granary mill type situation. You walk in, it's a lot larger on the outside. It looks smaller, like it was a different series of buildings, but it just on the inside it's just one. And you walk in, there's people just heaving around large sacks of grain and grain and hops and all sorts of fine granary goods. I need to stop talking about grain. And you immediately see a back door, kind of like a hangar hatch style, being held open by a chain. And as you start slowly, calmly walking through, a couple people giving you strange looks, you hear, hey, there you are, Jack! And he starts trucking it through the building after you.
Oh shit. So 2
He has 1 success, you have 1.
No, he's 2.
He has 2.
Sorry, 2. Yes, Jack, you have 2.
We're like, no way.
Drag you
2,
on
count
this
them 2.
table.
Yeah, you're fine, buddy. Theo has 1. JJ, you have 2.
Okay. My next goal is to find some kids playing in the street, like amongst the crowd, basically.
Okay. Yeah, you walk out, and this back alley area seems to be a kind of break-esque area for the workers that work on this side of the trade district. There's a couple people like smoking cigars outside of their shops in the back, a few of them having lunch together, and there are indeed kids running around with a strange ball-like contraption of vines and leaves all intertwined together, just kind of kicking it back and forth.
Okay. I'm basically gonna use the similar trick that he pulled. Like, however many kids there are, I'm gonna pay him each a gold and tell him to either distract him or ask for his autograph or just do whatever they can to just kind of like Because he's not going to shove children, I hope. But
He will.
He definitely will, but it's just another distraction, basically.
Okay, this is a persuasion check. Sounds like.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know what else it would
What
be.
did you want it to be?
Performance persuasion. Probably
Yeah,
same thing
performance
for you.
persuasion.
They're both the same. So.
Okay.
Deception if you're lying to.
I'd say
kids.
because
it
this
could be
is
deception.
what color coin are you attempting to bribe these
Well,
children?
I'm giving
with?
them each a gold, however many kids there are. So I
You
don't know
may
if
roll persuasion at advantage.
Okay. I don't know if you want to roll for how many kids there are, but.
Roll for children.
Yeah, hold on.
Percentile. Ooh.
No.
There's 4.
Okay, so that's 4 gold.
That might make his harder because there's now 4 children.
It gives him advantage because he's
No,
spending
but like
resources.
against the other guy's rolls because it's more than one
You're
children.
you're uncertain at this moment.
Okay.
Because
First one is 14.
Okay.
18. Nice.
I'll take that.
You kind of say you're just immediately like 1 gold each of you if you distract this guy behind me. You'll see him in a second. And they all kind of like stop. The ball just kind of waves off a little bit, and one of them wearing like a scarf around his neck, he goes like, "Yeah, we'll distract him for you." Sticks his hand out.
And then I pass him the gold to divvy up amongst the kids. Or
All right. Starts jingling it around in his hand. He bursts forth from the back of this warehouse. You slip off another alleyway, and the last thing that you hear is just a cacophony of yelling and shouting at people and essentially saying like, "Stupid child, get out of my way!" and like all this other stuff. But you continue to slip around, and you make it towards the Grand Spire, and you have successfully lost.
Yes.
Successfully lost Thea.
Let's go.
He rolled athletics, and he kind of did badly, so he basically just... Where did he go?
He ran out
And the
of
kids are
steam.
like,
yeah, I tripped on the
Hey
children.
man, you want to play soccer with us?
Kicks the ball in his face.
so athletic now.
Take that, Justice of the Peace. Yeah.
What's his name?
Okay,
They come down
so
the alley.
just snapping. Yeah, just snapping. Okay, Roscoe, we're gonna pan this back over to you. Go ahead and give me that stealth check for scoping out the tower.
21.
21. Very easily, kind of just using the inner edge of the wall to maintain steady connection with the structure of the building itself. Not a creak, not a sound made. You get all the way down, and you see a couple of them talking in front of each other. The door is still wide open down at the bottom, just shrugging and talking, and like another one gestures its hand out forward. The other 4 of them have already continued walking and are like looking around as if they're trying to find someone. And after the other 2 just kind of shrug a little bit more, they continue walking forward. They are now essentially within the Izzet Academy proper. They're not on the same premises of Malachi's Tower.
They're still out there.
They're still out there, but they appear to be leaving.
Our immediate coast is clear, based on that.
Immediate current coast is clear, yes.
I go back up to talk to everybody.
Okay. Roscoe, you guys see Roscoe come back up. Actually, you don't see him come back up, you just hear him. You didn't see him walk in the door again.
Oh, Roscoe, is the coast clear?
I mean, like, they're not right outside the door, but they're still in and out around the grounds, looking here and there. And I don't know, with Big Rock Guy and Clanky Boy over here, I still think it's risky to go out that way.
Don't you mean Clanky Woman?
Thank you, Krill.
I did indeed. Thank you so much.
I know that humanoid creatures care about their designations.
It's true. I try really
like
hard, but I'm drunk.
It's okay.
To clarify, out of character, they're out of eye shot. Is that what you're describing to Roscoe?
What I had described to Roscoe is that they had essentially left the premises that Malachi's Tower resides on and are moving their way forward and out of the Izzet. Have not quite left yet, but are potentially in the process of doing so.
Can I... with the mental map in my head, think of where the bottom of that toilet would come out of? Would it come like outside the wall of the entire Izzet? Like, would we pop out just not even in the Izzet at all?
You would imagine that it would be. You haven't seen it. You would imagine it would be not too far from the tower itself, and where it goes is probably somewhere that would be well received to get rid of refuse.
Guys, I still think that's the safest way to go.
Roscoe actually comes up and is like, yeah, they're all right outside the door.
Out of character, I totally thought of that.
Should we leave Stack here?
No.
No.
Okay.
He has his memories back. We don't know how well he is to resistant of torture. I mean, he doesn't seem to feel pain, but the only reason he didn't say anything before is because he didn't know anything. Now he actually does know stuff.
I wouldn't tell anyone
I know you
anything
wouldn't, man.
that isn't a friend.
I just want to keep friends together.
I like being together.
I'd rather know that he's safe, especially now, yes, because he does remember what he has.
I'll start securing our clean passage.
Okay.
Turtlet hole it is.
Turtlet hole.
All right, so
Is it big
Man,
enough
who's-
for Stack? I guess Stack's not huge.
Stacks.
Is
small.
it is big?
Huh?
What?
What?
Womp, womp, womp.
Someone want to help me with tying off this rope?
You already did, I thought.
Oh, I mean like to something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, your last couple of
clean.
knots haven't been great. I'll help.
I have a python we can jam into the ground to like tie off to.
I thought we were trying to make it not obvious that we were here, though.
The toilet is destroyed now.
Okay, forget that.
How long does
Fucked
your
it up.
illusion on the bookshelf last?
You don't know by what.
Up to 10 minutes, so it's probably about.
Wasn't it kind of behind a bookshelf? Too?
It only lasts 10 minutes. Though.
Long story short, it was like door that was inconspicuously placed, and then Ziras had toilet behind that door, and then Ziras had made a bookshelf appear in front of that door.
Worst comes to worst, Stack could go last, pull the baton, and just jump down because he can't get hurt.
I don't mind falling.
I'm sure. Yeah.
All right, Stack, man, here's the plan. All right, so we're going to go down here first. You're going to go last, and you're going to rip this spike out of the ground, and you're going to jump down this hole behind us.
Is this kind of like the game that we did at that one place?
Yeah, that was great, wasn't it?
That was fun.
Yeah, but you got to wait till we call up to you.
Okay.
Here, you hold on to this, and we'll give 3 tugs.
Okay. He's
All
holding
right. Who's first?
I'm first because I'm keeping it clean.
I use what is it, magical tinkering, and I hand everyone a stone that smells very pleasant.
Oh, okay.
I can make 5 of them. So.
Thank you, Salvo. This stone smells
Oh,
very
man,
pleasant.
what is this?
Flowers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, all right.
I'm sorry. I take yours back. I like. Now it smells like booze.
Oh, yeah.
So say sausage rock.
I'm still holding the rope.
Good job, Sad. Remember,
good.
3 tugs, you pull out this spike, and you jump down the hole.
What happens if only 2 tugs?
Then you do nothing.
What happens if 4 tugs?
3, no. 2 is not the number. 4 is also too many of the number. 3 is the exact number.
Clint, you can have the inspiration because I know we're on the same wavelength for this joke.
So I scale down first and press a digitation up to make it clean and not rancid. I mean, still it's rancid going down. Thankfully, a little less with this stone that Salvo whipped up.
The baseline of the operation of what you guys are attempting to do is roughly 10 of a skill check. I'm not going to make you roll anything for this.
Sure.
You do scale down using the knots in the rope and just cleaning along the way. All right, and then you make it towards the bottom.
Awesome. At the bottom, I guess being the first one down there,
Sure.
is it like I get down to the bottom and it's like, do I see a exit?
No, you see that essentially like the toilet like encasing shelf leads almost into like a small pit that below you see some rushing of underground water going through.
Is this clearing that I'm on enough for all of us to be down here?
What's that now?
We're all down here?
Yeah, I mean, eventually you guys all do make it down there, minus Stack, and you guys are all down there.
All right, everyone's clear because this is going to be a thud, man.
I step as far.
All right, you pull it 3 times. You hear like a soft like sound.
Here comes the boy.
he like kind of like, you hear this weird cracking sound, and then you hear like this, and then poof, and then right in front of you, like embedded into the ground, is Stack. And he's kind of looking up with his arms spread. He's like, I've won the rope game again.
You did, man. You did the best. Man, I don't know how we're ever going to beat you. You win every time. And I give him a little fist bump.
This is the game that I'm good at. It hurts a little bit.
So, I guess we'll go this way.
It smells like flowers and booze, and it's clean.
How deep is this water?
You don't know.
Oh, man. I didn't know there'd be a bunch of water down. Yeah.
Oh, in the toilet hole?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I just thought it was like a pit. Can someone... How deep is this water?
You can use a rope with knots in it.
Why don't you use...
I don't know how fast it is.
You have a staff, right?
I do. I have a quarter staff. I kind of stick it in.
Okay. How long is your quarterstaff? As a halfling, I can't imagine more than like 3 feet.
It's a little bit... And martial arts is supposed to be a little bit taller than you. So I'm 3'6", so it's 4 foot.
4 foot. You take the end of it and kind of like reach your hand down, and even with your arm, you don't really feel the bottom of this or any bottom, and you do feel like that this is a pretty powerful current.
Oh, man. All right. Is there any ledge to the next to it?
I mean, you guys are essentially standing on said ledge.
All right.
But like, could we continue down the tunnel on a ledge?
Only, you would imagine, only within the tunnel that the water is rushing through. You guys are kind of like in an enclosed type space right here.
You see Ziras kind of sitting there and like kind of muttering to himself and like looking at it. I open up my spell book and flip through. I'm gonna need a minute, or more so about 10, but I think I have an idea. And I want to ritual cast, didn't mean to roll that. I want to ritual cast Tensor's floating disc.
Okay. It does take some time, and Stack is still kind of on his back, like, Ziras is playing the spell game. And eventually you guys do see, like, circling in and around itself, like this tense smoke in a vortex. It gets larger and larger and larger, and once it reaches a certain circumference, it solidifies into a metallic surface that's just floating there, still in the air.
Man, that is awesome.
Oh, word.
So you also notice that it's only 3 feet in diameter. It's pretty sturdy, but we'd have to get pretty comfortable with each other.
We can stack on stack?
Yes, we'd have to make a stack.
All right.
Is my word a pun?
Yes.
Is my name a pun?
Sometimes it can be used. That's what friends do.
Oh. I like that. He kind of just like... Ziras, you notice? You studied the spell, you copied it into your spell book. You notice that it is very heavy with stack on it.
How heavy is stack?
Give me an intelligence check.
Oh no.
To that one.
Oh boy.
It appears to you very heavy.
I try to lift him, and I'm like, yeah, he's heavy. As if, I mean, if it was like 100 pounds, I probably would have been struggling too. So before we get into the water part, I definitely want to test out if all of us can fit on it. It can hold 500 pounds.
Okay. So everybody hops up onto this disc, right? We've got a kobold. Got a halfling. We've got a Vidalcan.
Mhm.
We've got a human. And we have Stack.
Hmm?
And it can't be more than 500 pounds. I don't know.
Stack gets on it and just kind of holds it a little bit, still floating. Thalner gets on. Nobody really notices a difference.
Ouch.
Roscoe gets on. Nobody really notices a difference. Salvo gets on. It's bobbing a little bit more than it was before.
Not in the water once again. But
Not in the water.
Okay.
And then Ziras, as you step onto it,
it doesn't dissipate, right? I don't think it dissipates.
okay,
just-
it doesn't dissipate.
It'll like hit the
It
ground.
sinks to the ground. And as you get on it, it sinks to the ground.
Well, I kind of step off and like, hold on, new idea. A stack?
Yes.
Can you swim?
Swimming is moving in the water like the fishes do.
Yes. You can walk in the water as well if you sink.
I don't think I can swim, but I can walk.
Can you breathe underwater?
I don't breathe.
I don't think I breathe.
Then that works.
We should lasso him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We tie
Yeah.
off to him. So
Stack anchor.
So we're like he's the boat and we're like on an inner tube. Okay.
Imagine
well,
him just anchoring along at the
guess
bottom of the
if
water.
we're floating above the water, the current wouldn't actually affect us.
Correct.
It'll just drag on the rope a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's enough to
Okay.
move Stack.
Yeah. So we're gonna do that.
We have a long rope. I'm gonna double tie him, so there's 2 ropes off.
Like a
Stack,
harness on.
just in case.
He kind of just looks like he looks like that kid in A Christmas Story. His arms just don't fully go down. He's just like, I'm tied up.
It's just a harness on, and then we have 2 ropes going up to him like little reins.
Sometimes friends
It's a
tie each
child
other
leash.
up, man.
So, anyways, we do that.
Okay. All right. Who's doing the survival check?
Okay, I mean, can we all participate in making sure this knot is tied well?
I will say that at best, it's one person rolling with advantage.
God.
I'm not there.
Oh yeah.
Two.
2.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be doing that one.
Downer, how's your survival? Like better than a 2?
I would say Roscoe seems probably, in terms of in character, Roscoe probably seems
He is the
most
sailor.
capable.
Yeah. Double sailor's knot, man. With advantage.
Yep.
Yes.
12.
12 does do several
But I do
winding
2.
twists.
There's 2 actual lines. in
There
case
are
one
2
fails.
lines attached to Stack, yes.
And we're holding on to them,
Yes.
Okay.
Holding on to them.
basically.
Okay. Are y'all dropping him down in the water first? or?
No, we get on the disc and we get ready, and then we have him jump
Yeah.
in.
Okay, all right. So you guys all hop up on the disc. You kind of just holding the rope. Who's holding the ropes?
Strong person.
Not it.
We both will.
Okay.
I mean,
The 2
You
little
get
ones.
one, I'll get one.
I have a
and
0
we'll just
for
sit
athletics.
down.
All right, I've got 2, so I'll hold one.
I don't like talking about it.
You hold on to me.
Okay.
And I'll
Really
hold one,
heavy.
and you hold on to me.
Okay. So Roscoe's holding on, being held on by
He's got his arms around my waist, and I'm holding the rope.
Salvo. Thalner's holding on, being held on by Ziras.
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna ride Stack. I just clarified this spell. So, the disc is immobile while you are within 20 feet of it. If you move more than 20 feet away from it, the disc
It
follows you.
Yes.
So that it remains within 20 feet. So I'm gonna ride Stack.
Depends.
Under the water?
It depends
How tall is
Stack's-
Stack is short.
Stack's short. He's like 3'6". He's like my height.
And
So I don't know how
water's
tall you are sitting.
Undiscerned how deep it is.
It's
More than 4 feet.
So how tall are you total?
Me, 6 foot.
How
A little more.
What, half of you is legs?
Weak legs, yes.
So
Shaky
if Stack's 3'6", is the water lower than 6'6"?
You're uncertain.
There'd be a really big issue if it was deeper than 10 feet, I think.
I mean, it just carries a bunch of shit out, man. It can't be that deep. All right, so Stack's not
everyone
gonna
get
move
on the disc. Stack
Stack's
you
not
two.
gonna move in the current.
Stack
He's
you
too
two.
heavy. So
Keep your rope. Trust me. Get on the disc.
Okay.
Get on the disc.
Swim.
All right.
I jump in the water.
What?
I jump in the water.
Are you holding a rope or anything?
No.
It just automatically follows.
You
The
jump
disc.
into the water. You guys see her.
Stack, follow us down the
He
current.
does.
What is happening?
He doesn't need to.
And
He's on
as
the
you're
disc.
saying that,
he-
the disc
because he can stay.
I
as
was
it.
the one who set it
violently
over.
moving
Okay.
forward down into this whole stack. Just there was a little bit of tension on the rope, and you see earth digging up under his feet, and then he just plunks down into the ground. You guys are rocketing forward into this underground waterway. I need everybody except for Ziras. Give me dexterity saving throws.
Jesus.
Also,
record-
Stack does not need to make this
For the
dexterity
record,
saving.
Stack is on the disc.
Yes.
Yes. You have told him to get on the disc. Okay.
Yes.
check.
Yes.
Because
Got it.
Because it was too much when I stepped on.
Okay, got it.
3.
15.
10.
Okay. 15, you essentially stay on this disc that more or less stays above 40% of water through this underground rushing riverous tunnel. 10 and 3, was it? 3. You're holding on to dear life to Roscoe and just kind of getting slung back and forth. You do hit a couple of rockin' walls, taking a total of 3 damage after all this is said and done. Roscoe, the fishtailing that Salvo is attaching to you is actually causing a lot more drag with you, and you slam very hard right into the temple of something sharp and spiky. You take 6 points of damage after this is all said and done. And then Ziras. For a moment, you could not breathe. The tunnel itself is just a pure force of water jettisoning through, in and around, weaving through cavernous rocks. And eventually, you come out to the other side and take a deep breath to see a sheer cliff waterfall drop.
Oh God.
You are outside of the city of Drakehaven, and you are falling in open air. And as you fall, the rest of you all kind of jettison out, and you are all free falling down a waterfall.
On a
And-
disc.
On a disc. And that is where we're going to end our session.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
gosh.
Oh my god. We're outside the city.
Free falling.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh, I love this decision.
This is the most
has-
Roscoe thing we've ever
Yeah,
done.
yeah. We escaped
And
through
Ziras
a
did
toilet
it.
and have now
Through the toilet.
the toilet and have now ejected out of the side of the city.
They're gonna find us.
And meanwhile, Jack just hauling ass up to the Grand Spire. My homies are in trouble. I got this.
I don't even know they're in trouble.
I know.
I just saw the dragon thing and I was like,
The degree of which trouble we're in, you don't know.
No, yeah, you saw this orb of dragon chime, said nope, and then
I
left.
said, you guys stay here. I'll be right back.
So wait, did you grab the orb close?
Oh yeah.
You're just
it's
barreling through the sewers.
I'm
Gotta
gonna
keep this thing safe.
I'm gonna take a nice, good, long prestidigitation after this.
I have soap.
Alrighty.
All right, so as you guys are exiting the safety of the paling and free falling down a waterfall just outside of the mountain range, and as Jack, you eventually do very quickly walk up to the Grand Spire Citadel. Running, panicked up to the Grand Spire Citadel. We're ending our session there, and I hope you guys had a lot of fun.
No, we did.
Thank you guys
flushed
so
ourselves.
much for watching and supporting us during Scales of Fate. I would like to take a quick moment to say we really do love and appreciate all of the dedication, all of the commitment, all of the fandom that we've been seeing lately. We've seen a lot of just wonderful, wholesome support, and it's great to have a high fantasy escape with all of you guys, my friends, and all of my friends out there watching. So thank you. We love you very much.
And if you haven't yet,
Oh,
like, subscribe, and hit that bell.
yes. And tell your friends.
Tell your friends, hit that bell.
Tell your friends if they like D&D live streams. Please like and subscribe. It will help us, help you, help us, help you.
And keep the comments coming. We love the comments.
Yeah.
And maybe we will post Jessica's notes sometime.
Oh yeah. That
yeah.
sounds like a good idea. Maybe. Who knows?
And
Eventually.
if you're really lucky, you might even see Roscoe's doodles.
Yeah, we got some
Oh.
spicy stuff we might be able to share.
All right, guys. We're going out. See y'all later.
See you next week.